Can he? No, he's not gonna try it.
Nice, out of there.
Get out.
What? What? What was that?
Oh, he's killed! Reset point, Mena RD!
Install. Oh my goodness.
Blanca-chan comes out.
That's a lot of Blanca-chans right there. Look at this. Oh my goodness.
Jeez.
He's dead.
Fast round. He's dead perfect for Mena. And we're going to have 3 more matches minimum tonight. Maybe as many as 5. We have ourselves a reset. Mena could use the really unknown rule where if you win that set, you could change the loot, but he's not going to.
No. Yeah, the Blanca's been cooking, man.
Yeah.
The Blanca's been cooking.
Right, gonna stick with it. Stick with him. Oh, jeez, what a shimmy that was.
That was beautiful. Ooh, good cross up.
Parried the ball. Drive rush is so good. It's drive rush, it's always good, but you know. And that will crush! Chunk comes out, electricity. Oh my!
No.
Oh, he was parrying, so.
Not the buddy hop. He did the double buddy hops. Oh, he's dead.
Yes,
nice.
he is.
Round 2. Fight.
Go to
Oh,
round
this
number
is
2. Game 1.
This is insane. This has been so good. These guys have been playing out of their minds. Nice, the Blanca ball hit. Blanca-chan's on the screen.
Great anti-air. Oh my, level 1 Blanca. And drive rush and plus frames galore. Let me get that throw in. Now, and look at this. Mena's just not ready to move because Punk has been able to pull that CA off at crazy times tonight. With incredible results. There's your level 2. He's having to eat all this. Punk is about to recover. There it is! He did it! Oh my goodness!
Punk was going to react to Blanca ball.
Oh. Alright, drive impact. Just went the parry, but still a little too far away. That's a throw off. Gets the punish counter. And there's a perfect parry, and that's a drive rush. Oh no, not able to take Mena to the corner right there. Electricity comes out. Level 2 is out for Blanca. And oh my goodness, the level 2 coming off the crouching medium, so Punk is now going to go up 1-0 in the second game. So let's go back. Alright, drive rush all the way to the corner right now.
Pressure.
Jeez. Wow, okay. Punk gets out of there.
Mena put himself in the corner. This is not a good place you want to be in. Oh, this is damage.
Oh, Burnout too. Oh, he gets out of it!
The jump out from Mena.
Fight.
Nice. Oh. Nice, good, good
Oh, wow,
back
what
jump.
a jump. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great back jump.
Oh,
Back
okay,
throw.
entering burnout, but a huge life lead right now for Punk. Both players are sitting on level 3s. Oh, well, that'll do it. So
Yeah.
Punk is gonna tie the rounds up, trying to
One
take
round
a
apiece.
2-0 lead. Second set.
Yeah. Nice. Oh, what a whip punish! Oh, DP on the blockable! Reaction again!
Wow, and Punk has the level 3 up, and we've seen what he's been able to do. That level 3, there's the block up ball, that should do it. Yep, there it is. Punk is going to go up 2-0 and is 1 game away taking that number 1 seed. All the way. Here we go. Good combo from Punk. The punish gets the back throw. Alright, good pressure again from Mena. Trying to get in. Punk not having to commit. The full drive meter though. Oh my goodness, throws him out of that. So gets that extra damage. That should do it.
Yes, sir. Look at that.
Tournament point. This would be Punk's 3rd win in the World Warrior event. There, Mena activates. Oh, the drive reversal doesn't hit anything. Gets the throw. Parrying.
Perfect parry.
Oh. Okay.
Got
And
him.
that's the level 1. Oh, he got him to bite. What's up throw?
Oh, he's plus.
Oh, again. No fear. Punk does have some options. He's about to fully recover his drive gauge.
Punk's about to get that level 3. In one hit, he'll get the level 3 and he can kill.
Okay, good defense from Mena. Level 3 is online. OD ball to get off. Entering burnout. Oh, he clipped him. Mena RD says, I'm not done yet.
Yeah, Mena's trying to stay alive. Air-to-air trade. He went for the air grab. Yo, Punk's been shimmying back and forth on Mena quite a bit, and Mena just doesn't fight.
Oh, he put it low, and now we'll try. Rush.
Nice!
Oh,
The back jump block ball.
Good defense from Punk right there.
The defense from Mena, he'll just take the throw. Oh, this is gonna hurt though.
Perfect parry! But blocks that stealing! Uh-oh.
It's a super. Yep, this is
He's
gonna
got
kill.
it! Yeah, that'll do it! 2-1. Wow.
Man.
Now, is Mena gonna reverse 3-0? on the reset.
It's possible, man. It is absolutely. Oh my gosh, it's possible.
He's at level
already
2
got the level
already.
He already got the level 2 install. Unbelievable. Blanca-chan. Oh, caught him. Up ball.
Oh my.
Yep, there we go.
Yeah, it's in the air.
Blanca win. Round 1. Fight.
You're in my way.
Oh, there goes the punish.
Perfect parry.
Yep, there we go.
Oh, he gets the
Wow.
wall splat.
That was a cheeky, very cheeky.
Oh,
Nice.
okay.
Out of there. Oh, stun.
That's a stun. Chun out. Another block of Chun out.
Oh my god.
Now
Oh,
it's
what a
finally
mix.
recovered. Level 1. Oh. Level 1 again? Oh my.
Oh my goodness. Match point, tournament point, Mena. That is disgusting. That is absolutely disgusting.
Holy cow. What is going on here?
That was insane.
Vertical ball. Back throw. Electricity comes out. Drive rush. One more time. Blanca-chan comes out. Man, Punk just taking all the egg. Gets a tech at the end still. Level 2 install is out.
Oh, nice.
Everybody just waiting patiently right now. Let's get some in the corners. Cammy entering burnout right now. Gets the forward throw, and this is a possible chip situation. Gets a jump kick. Mena RD has done it.
Welcome to a brand new episode of the official Capcom Pro Tour pre-show, No Neutral. I am one of your hosts, Big Hollywood, Rob TV, and I am joined here with the White Stallion. I am joined here with content creator extraordinaire, with the guy who missed a whole Midwest Warrior event and still qualified, ended up having starting losers and made a godlike run. The head of the dumpster, Brian F. What's up, Brian?
You see, with the title, the more qualifiers you have to add before it, the less impressive it becomes. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you did your best, Rob, to play.
But what about when I? But what about when I?
appreciate that,
What about when I nod like this? Do it make it look better?
It honestly, it kind of does. It
Look,
kind of
look,
does.
look, you see, I don't know, it's nothing about it.
Yeah, I don't know what you were talking about before, but you threw the nod on there, and now I'll be like, yeah, you know what? All
That's
that stuff
it.
Rob said, absolutely true. But
Yeah.
listen, forget all that. We're here to talk about some Street Fighter. And, you know, it's been a long time coming, but you guys have asked and demanded, and we gotta finalize this series, at least for the first season, what your character main says about you. We got a few more, and they're good ones. They're good ones, but we're gonna start with the latest addition to the Street Fighter universe, and you know, someone I know a thing or two about. We're talking about Aki. What does Aki say about you? If you're an Aki main, there's two different ways you can go about this. All right.
Okay.
All right. There's the Aki mains, and then there's the Aki mains. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? And if you're an Aki main, that means you like to be in the lab. You like to get some set play. You like to get some devious mix-ups. She has some of the most interesting combo conversions, high-low mixed, meaty this, left-right that, high-low this and the third. But you know what? That's just a minority of the Aki population. Let's be real. That's like 5 players total. The rest of you Aki mains, you looked at jury and you said, that's not enough.
They had to take it to the
Jury
next
is-
level.
Jury ain't enough. Jury, she's a poser. You want to have that girl.
He going all the they going all the way with Aki. Oh God.
Oh, man.
I think that's where most of them are at, bro. I mean, honestly, listen, a lot of y'all Aki players, you probably in a toxic relationship, bro. Let's keep it $150. You're getting gaslit and everything, and you think it's okay. You need some help. You don't want to listen to none of your friends. It's never her fault. It's always your fault at the end of the day. I know what's going on with you. Taking it to the Street Fighter side of things, Brian, I think a lot of them, they're the type of people that like to pray that their opponent don't know the matchup.
Oh, absolutely. Are you
That's
kidding
what
me?
they are banking on.
Oh, listen, I played a little bit of Aki. The best games of Aki are when they have no idea what's coming.
See?
When they forget that the parry mechanic exists and you start running the high-low mix-ups, because when she's at her best and she's flowing with her offensive flow, you're like, I just pray they forget that parry's a mechanic, because you go for the nastiest meaty overheads and get full combo conversions and it all looks good, and then you run into somebody who remembers that parry exists and how to play neutral, and you're like, wait a minute.
Okay, and then the next character, man. You know, we only got a few characters left for this season of what your character person says about your personality. I think we got to go over to Jamie, man. First and foremost, who are y'all? Where y'all at? I ain't seen them in a while. Didn't Broski used to play Jamie?
I used to play Jamie.
You did used to play Jamie. That's right.
Ancient history.
What
Listen,
happened, Brian?
I just realized there was more to life. I said I deserve better, and I said, you know what? I don't think this is tea. And Jamie's just that. He's kind of that friend who says, "Hey, man, drink this; it'll make you feel better." And doesn't quite disclose exactly what it's handing to you, and suddenly you're not feeling so hot, so coordinated anymore. And I said, enough's enough.
Jamie players, bro, they're just you're not wrong. I feel like Jamie players are just not the life of the party, and it's ironic because they be drinking.
They want to be the life of. I have the opposite take. I think Jamie players, they want to be the life of the party so bad, and that's why they're playing Jamie. But the problem is they're not getting into the club.
And at the end of the day,
they're pre-gaming. They're sitting in that line. They're grooving. But the bouncer is never letting them in.
They're at level 4 outside. They're out there, hair flowing outside in the cold.
They're breakdancing in the alley next to the club, throwing their own party because they can't make it in. You know that top 32 bouncer is like, wait a minute, you don't make the cutoff.
No,
here.
bro. At the end of the day, what you doing? What you doing with y'all Jamie players, man? Y'all was out in full force. I'm not gonna lie, Jamie's a super cool looking character. Like, I think I done seen him get cooked so many times now that he look a little less cool because I'm always seeing I don't see his windscreen all too often, to be honest with you. But I feel like you're a pretty vanilla type of dude picking Jamie.
Nah, you're down. I gotta defend
you don't
my
think
Jamie,
so?
right? I think Jamie
it's vanilla.
is sick.
What do you mean by that?
You're asking me to clarify.
Yeah. How is it? What's sick?
Is he sick?
I don't like think... Like, what do you mean?
I mean, he has a disease.
Like,
he won't put down that canister. I know it's not tea.
Oh God, bro. I don't know, man. But honestly, there's only like three Jamie players left.
Jamie
but I do hope he
actually
gets
commit to the character. Listen, there's another side to it. They're the low tier heroes. Let's be real. There's the few people who stick with them. They love to feel like they're the underdogs.
You know who fit in this category, even though he don't play the character? Zaffarino. Zaffarino, you're a Jamie player. Love you, brother. Because they're the people who are
He did play Jamie.
Oh, he did even.
Yes.
Oh, see? Look, that's how you know I'm not cap. I didn't even know that. I always know he to play Dawson in this game. But this is why. Because they're the guys who are like so, I don't want to say contrarian, but they believe like, oh, who cares about the meta? As long as I read enough philosophy books and eat enough like iron or something like that in my diet, I can make it work. It's my fault I lost all that. That's who Jamie players are to me, bro.
We might see more Jamies in the future. Who knows? He's definitely a fun character. I recommend trying him out if you haven't. He's definitely a lot of fun. But that said, we got to move on to the next one. This one's a big one.
Who is this? Who is
one
this?
of the OGs? We're talking about Cammy.
Oh,
Cammy. There's a lot that can be said about this character. Over the years, we've experienced a lot of Cammy.
Yes.
And there's been one consistent theme across the final couple years, I would say, and that is y'all swear that you're playing grounded footsies 24/7 and honest neutral.
God,
like the character isn't the one who invented holding up forward. Cammy is the character that in fighting games invented holding up forward to get the job done. But they swear.
Do you know how much easier it is?
Yeah, bro.
You know how much easier it is to play Nooch on the ground when, of course, your character is good at it, like, you know, okay, but then you also could jump all day. I got to think about the fact that you might dive kick at any moment or regular jump. You got to watch high-level players hold full jump ins from Cammy because they don't know if she was going to dive kick in that spot. Like, come on, bro. Let's keep it a buck. And then as far as Cammy overall, I think that I look at Cammy like you said we've seen her a lot over the years. Cammy is a mutual fund, right? Like, I feel like all Cammy players, that's where they got all their money invested. You know she's gonna consistently be top tier. They're not taking no risk. On the bright side, Cammy players ain't lose no money when Bitcoin and all that stuff went down. Cammy players never bought no NFTs.
They weren't distracted. Yeah, you're right. I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
they always invest in a good fund. Yeah,
they don't need the bells and whistles, bro. Like the character is just top tier for all eternity, and they stick to her. Cammy players, I would definitely say at least in Street Fighter 6 though, I think they kind of have taken the place of Karen players. You would have assumed it would have been like Chun-Li, but I think Chun-Li is more cheap. Cammy is just not cheap at all in 6 to me, bro.
You don't think so?
In comparison, I think she's high tier, but I just think that she's just.
Well, we've been through a lot with Cammy in the past, so maybe,
you're not lying.
Maybe our perspective is good, but I kind of agree. I think she's to be quite honest, of all the versions of Cammy, I think you guys have the best argument today about playing some honest neutral.
Yeah,
her dive kick's still good though. Some Cammy players act like that dive kick is not good. Her dive kick is punish counter dive kick in this game is extremely strong because you get conversions in Street Fighter 6 that you wouldn't get in Street Fighter 5, like some range dive kicks trying to check Cammy players from walking in, and they whiff punish your butt with that dive kick. So y'all still are capping a little bit about the footsies you play, but I'll give you some more credit these days. But what about the more casual Cammy fans, the ones who have been playing her since 1973? You know, what's going on with them?
I mean, if they've been playing it, I mean, the outfit. Oh, they went straight to the pull the cheeks out. 100% guaranteed, bro. That's the only reason I play Cammy. Yeah, y'all got something different going on, bro. I'm gonna give it a buck. Yeah, okay, all right. Now the last character that we have is, of course, Chun-Li players. Now, I want to tell you something, man. If you're a Chun-Li player, you got a lot of class. You know, you're someone of culture, and the reason I would say that is because you have. Damn, how can I say that in a way that's allowed to be said on No Neutral? I want to
leave that in.
Yeah, okay, all right, Cass, leave that in. You can leave it in. Listen, basically, I think that we might have similar taste in things. Like, and I'm talking about like neutral. I like playing footsies, Brian.
Right,
what you laughing at?
Of course.
Yeah, exactly. Like to me, I like a thick game plan, like deep, like in depth.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying by that?
Right, like a well-rounded game plan.
Well-rounded, voluptuous even. You know what I mean? But then
I think you're losing the metaphor here. But yes, I get what you're saying. Yes.
You get it.
Yeah. I get it. Yeah.
All right, yeah. So that's the thing with Chun-Li players, man. They made a good choice. It's understandable. And then she's OG, she's classic. I really do think some Chun-Li players use her because of that alone. Character. Everybody know Chun-Li in the world.
Iconic.
Everyone knows Chun-Li, bro.
Like we like to give a lot of the, some of you mains a hard time, but Chun-Li is quite literally iconic. She is the original female character in a fighting game, the world's strongest woman, and Chun-Li mains, they stick by her for that. She's iconic for that reason. How many players do you know personally, Rob, who have played Chun-Li since the dawn of their fighting game career and have stuck to Chun-Li forever? I mean, I can name so many. Pretty much any Chun-Li main you look at today, they've been playing Chun-Li from the beginning because, first of all, she's been amazing since Street Fighter 4. I mean, her tier kind of skyrocketed in 5 a little bit, but she's been extremely strong for every version of a modern Street Fighter game. And she's iconic. I don't know what else to say.
I think if somebody plays Chun-Li, like, bro, honestly, you probably are you could be a little bit of a Street Fighter purist, but like you said, it could just be the IP itself. But I mean, lightning legs and all that, bro. Come on. Like, I remember my first time even picking up a Street Fighter game or going to a cabinet. Of course, it was Chun-Li on it even way back then. I will also say they are more likely to be people who like to play what I like to call like a pure type of Street Fighter. But yeah, so Chun-Li players, I mean, bro, they super, some of them just super OG, and the other ones I think is big time Nooch enthusiasts.
I think Chun-Li mains have funded the entire development of Street Fighter 6 alone. With the number of
I forgot
costumes,
about that.
let's be
Bruh.
real. Like we're talking about Street Fighter Chun-Li players here, but most of you are also just playing dress-up simulator with Chun-Li. The number of
Yes.
costumes pumped out for Chun-Li in Street Fighter 5 was ridiculous, and I guarantee you that's because they sold ridiculous. And in fact, I think that's been the number one demand from Capcom with Street Fighter 6 is more Chun-Li costumes. And they just announced the costume number 3. They'll be having a showcase to go over the costumes and get their release date. So more Chun-Li costumes are coming your way. So I know you guys have been insatiable for the next Chun-Li costume. Don't worry, calm down. It's coming.
It's
they
on
know
the way.
They know the Chun-Li players demand the costumes. They're on the way. Chun-Li, the world's strongest woman, has been carrying the Street Fighter IP for quite some time, and she's still doing her thing in Street Fighter 6.
And that is the finale of what your character says about you. But what's most important is what your heart say about you. What's most important is what your placement gonna say. Are you gonna be able to do what needs to be done when it matters most? And of course, I am referring to these players that we have today. We are about to get in the top 16, and we have all of these players with their dreams on the line, trying to punch their ticket into Capcom Cup for their chance at $1 million. Who's gonna make it? We're about to see. Let's get into it, Brian. Top 16 for CPT Southeast Asia. Come on.
Time to work, time to work. When inhaled, coriamyrtin blocks the gamma-aminobutyric acid receptors in the central nervous system, causing spasmodic muscle contractions.
Master, it's a work of art! It's perfect!
What to do with you now? So, shall we put him out of his misery? Time for some experimentation. I bet poison would work wonders on you. I wouldn't move if I were you. Poison's on the menu. I'm finished with you. I have you. My order's dead. Let's do now. Here, there, then here, and... My magnum opus! Is my poison kicking in?
Street Fighter 6.
You're really making all of this by hand.
Oh yeah, the avocados are hand mashed, the chips are hand tossed, and everything is made fresh.
You make it fresh every day.
Yes, every day. The Chipotle way is we make it fresh every day.
Sounds delicious.
Street Fighter 6. He was obsessed, you see, with finding an appropriate vessel for this power.
Fight with all your heart!
We are supporting Capcom Cup 10 with a total prize pool of over $2 million.
It's showtime, baby!
Guano takes it over Idol!
Alright, you ready?
You don't want to miss it! Let him cook!
Look at the damage! Look at that damage!
Now's not the time for jokes.
Your two-time Capcom Cup champion!
It's Mena RD!
Hello, everybody. Welcome to one of the craziest and wildest 2 weeks of Capcom Cup. We are having like 1,000 World Warrior qualifiers and now 2 online CBTs at the same time. It is absolute madness to keep track of it. Hello, everybody. I'm James Chen.
And I'm Vicious. It's so hard to even find a sleep schedule. You know what I'm saying? Because there's Japan, there's Southeast Asia. We literally had US East happen just a couple of hours ago, the conclusion of it at least. It's a great time to be a fighting game fan, especially for Street Fighter 6, because again, you never know who's going to make it into the cup. But one thing is for certain, hey, we want to take this time out to congratulate Mena RD for making it in. Congratulations, champ. We're very, very proud of you. And also, we're looking to see who's going to be our Southeast Asia champion. We actually have somebody who's already made it into Capcom Cup, and we're looking to see who's going to pretty much fill in that extra spot if anyone can take down Xian. I know there's a couple of names that might be a budget Xian. No spoilers, no hints. Anyways. But yeah, it's going to be a very, very exciting region. We've been following along with this region with some of the unofficial tournament circuits like ICFC. This is easily one of my favorite regions to watch because they've been so innovative with their character selection and also the way that they've developed their own type of meta, because we talk about this region to region. It's always so different.
I mean, you remember when the France CPT, the offline CPT happened, there was no JPs in top 32. Well, at Tiger Uppercut that same weekend, JP got first, second, and third. So they were all out there. So, you know JPs are kind of doing some damage out here in the Southeast Asia region. But, you know, speaking of character selections and speaking of Xian, one of the characters, obviously, Xian and Fudo qualifying at basically the same time. DJ
That's true.
is starting to, I mean, some people are saying now it's not the vaunted top 3, but it's the vaunted top 4 characters.
That's right.
In here.
I agree with that. And what's crazy about it is we also still have even more World Warrior qualifiers going on with Salt Mine League, by the way. If you guys haven't been able to follow along, check them out on Twitter. They have all the information because they have so many different European finals going on this weekend. They asked me to do it. I'm like, hey, man, I'm on Southeast Asia duty. I'm so sorry. So big shout outs to Salt Mine League.
Literally the next 3 days, including today, there's going to be 13 new qualifiers in the Capcom Cup.
Oh,
so, yeah.
Man, it's hard to keep up. All right, I'm one with you guys as a viewer and as a fan, but find the time to watch it because it's so good. It's so good. Like if I'm just trying to wake up in the morning, that'll definitely give you the kick you need. Oh yeah, it's so good. But anyways, we talk a lot about the regions more often than not. But one thing is for certain, this is super important as we only get one qualifier online, and not only that, but we also throw in some pretty good prize packaging for some of these guys. Right, we actually get an actual prize pool for a lot of these players going into it. In fact, we have 5,000 going into it, with first place getting 2,500, second place with 12, third place with 800, as well as fourth place 500 in your pocket USD. Come on, son. Come on now.
It's not bad for a nice little weekend's worth of work. And of course, you know, we are going to be going from the top 16 to the top 8 today. And, you know, a lot of those players that are currently in the winner's bracket, all they got to do is just win that first match, and then they're just sitting pretty ready for tomorrow. And who are these players on the winner's side, you ask? Well, let me tell you. We've got, obviously, Xian from Versus Vortex, and, you know, obviously seeing him a lot on SFL, so you've been watching him a lot, right? Xian doing really well with that Versus Vortex team. But he's already qualified, so he's just gatekeeper today.
Quote-unquote gatekeeper is what it is. Yeah, but he's going against Jinkouyuki, which is a name I'm not too familiar with. I know he's from Thailand. He's playing that Guile, but there's something about him. I got to see a little bit on Google, right? I'm always trying to figure out the names at the very last second. It's a bad look on my part, but I'll tell you what, man, there's some names that are just not familiar to me. So if you guys have that information, feel free to throw it in the chat. The producers will tell us in our ear, as well as on Twitter if you'd like to. But Jinkouyuki, he's here for a reason on the winner's side.
Yeah. And then, of course, Leslie and MindRPG, 2 players who we have heard of a lot of. Yes. And Leslie, though, more more so in Street Fighter 4, a very famous Sagat player back.
Amazing Sagat. Yeah.
And then Yagami from Bravery. That's going to be a Singapore country kill, unfortunately. But you can see here from the Philippines.
Let's go.
Zapao. Actually, it is HoroShow.
HoroShow.
Basically, the Russian spelling for Zangief when he cheers. HoroShow. So, except you know what? And I gave him flack for this all the time on ICFC. He doesn't play Zangief.
You know, the Filipinos will definitely throw you for a loop. Aking kapatid, man. I'm telling you, man. These guys.
Sige.
I do appreciate seeing the Filipino representation. That is for sure. IamChuan, a name we are also very much so familiar with, got 6th place in the overall standings in World Warrior. He's coming in from Malaysia, so really great representation. Also has a Chun-Li, Guile, and a Lillian. Also very avid into ICFC, if I'm not mistaken. But looking into the loser side, we might have somebody a little bit sus among us. Who might that be?
Well, we've got, I'm going to pronounce it as FitriAmir, right? So FitriAmir going up against BudgetXian. BudgetXian coming up here. So, yeah, I don't know what that means, but I think we'll find out in just a little bit. But
but what's funny is they're also playing DJ.
So that's,
they're also playing DJ.
You remember... I was going to talk about this when we got to his match, but you remember fake Problem X?
Yeah, man.
Which turned out to be Jen, who ended up beating Problem X in the last chance qualifier last year. So we need BudgetXian to go beat Xian. That has to happen, I think. So, but we've got KunKhmer and Bells coming up next. XKZ, a player who was on SFL before and a very strong Seth player in 5, right? Going up against JedPotato 9. And then Jan SG and Talon Book.
Yeah, man.
A strong Ken player who's been in a lot of those ICFCs. I have seen a lot of this guy here, so I'm excited to see how well he does in this tournament.
He's also been to the offline premiere in Singapore. I was actually very much so rooting for him because it's no easy task being able to juggle between 2 pro circuits and also trying to be that competent in 2 very competitive fighting games. So big shout outs to Book, man. He is representing very well. Also a very well-known top player in Thailand, right? He became the top Street Fighter 6 player in just a blink of an eye, I feel like. Those fundamentals carry over pretty dang well, and considering his background, I'm actually surprised he carried the right fundamentals over. You know what would be really cool if he picked up Akuma in his game, like if he just kind of decided to go back and be like, you know what?
He play Akuma in both games when Akuma comes out.
If and when, right? But this is going to be your overall representation. Obviously, we have Malaysia, Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand, Singapore, Philippines, and another Singapore, Thailand towards the end of it. So overall, I'm really loving the type of talent we're getting from the Southeast Asia region.
Look, there's a reason why we call the local circuits the World Warrior, the very first game. It was always about the World Warrior, players from all over the planet, and that is one of the greatest things about Street Fighter, such a universal language. When Street Fighter 2 became a big hit, it became a big hit everywhere. Truly. And it spawned what we are celebrating now. We are reaping the rewards of having such a game basically become a phenomenon, you know. And of course, all these players, what are they doing? They're all fighting for $1 million.
Oh my God. I always forget. That wakes me up. Over 2 million in total prizing. And that's not even like the final number yet. We still have so many other things that contribute to the prize pool. But fact of the matter is that lion's share of $1 million, we thought about, the previous prizing as life-changing money. This is multiple lives changed with this type of money.
Lives
changed money is what it is. My English, not so much, but I'll tell you what, man, $1 million could fix that.
Yeah, you could definitely get you some English lessons there, right? So I can speak gooder, basically.
Yeah, man,
so,
me fail English, that's impossible. But listen, one thing is for certain, these guys are playing for so much on the line. So one thing that kind of goes into that is the character representation that we kind of expect in a lot of these games. That's actually not even the real case. Like most of the time we talk about the main culprits, right? We talk about Luke's, we talk about Ken's, we talk about JP, literally the top of show. We talked about some of the offline premieres in some of the regions, right? But this one has some pretty darn good representation overall. Like I did not expect to see a Lily and Manon player like
let's go
back to back. I did not expect to see like a lot of Kimberly's as much, right? But overall it's been pretty good. But setting up for our first matchup, it's going to be Xian versus Jinkouyuki. This is going to be pretty exciting.
Yep, of course, Xian, everybody knows here, he's a player who has been dominating for so long. In fact, during the Street Fighter 4 era, I swore he was going to get one of those Capcom Cups at Street Fighter 4. I had him picked for so many years. He did win an Evo, of course, with the Gen, and kind of put Gen on the map, remember?
I watched those replays. Somebody put it on Twitter one time. They were talking about execution. Then I went back to watch that VOD for like multiple VODs. I'm like, dude, this guy was insane.
Yeah.
Like, why did you pick this character? You went from playing Yun and teaching this character on cross counter to playing Gen.
Yeah, and honestly, I felt like Xian winning was the first like real welcoming to the scientist players, because before, you know, winning was like, you know, Daigos and Fudos and stuff, and these were old school heart players, and Xian was one of the very first like true scientists. I studied all the unblockables, I studied all the mix-ups kind of thing.
He did that in the first season of Street Fighter V. We were waiting for like actually no, it wasn't until the DLC, right? He was playing Fong for a little bit. Then it was like that one final round, like the event where he picked up the Ibuki in top 8. Then he showed off the Xian. The jump kunai release. To what side? I'm like, that's it. I did a Leonardo DiCaprio. That's the one right there, yeah. In my brain, oh man, that's exactly what I said. But Jinkouyuki, actually, let's talk about him a little bit, right? Coming from Thailand, playing the Guile. It's going to be a very interesting matchup, and I'll get into that a little bit. But overall, what you could expect from like this top half of the bracket, a lot of these cats are coming in from ranking very, very high in World Warrior, right? Jinkouyuki ended up being in 10th place with very consistent placings overall.
Oh,
right?
wow. Okay.
We also talk about what they did to prepare. This is David's favorite segment. Xian, he practiced with Mike Ross, the people's champ. Jinkouyuki said, I eat well, sleep well, and lift in optimal weights. Damn!
You know, look, if that's Jinkouyuki's strategy right there, it is no wonder that I am bad at Street Fighter, right?
I mean, like,
because I don't eat well,
taking that as well.
I don't sleep well, and the only weight I'm lifting up is myself right now. So here we go.
I did 0 of those 3 things today. All right, go on. Moving on.
Yeah, but of course, 2 of the Sonic Boom Fireball characters, but obviously with DJ having the double Fireball, definitely makes it a little bit trickier for Guile.
Oh, that could have been so disastrous.
We were just talking to Rob TV earlier about that Just Cool move. The Just Cool low is kind of like the current villain in the Street Fighter 6 Discord, discourse online, because that thing, safe on block, punish counter, you lose
right there. And within range for the low media punch. You know, Logan Sama said it the best. You treat it like a horizontal dive.
That's a good one. Oh, yeah. And look at that. Off of that one, and now he's going to get this hit. Is this going to kill?
Spring kick towards the end, but actually, he can't drive impact back. Okay, I was going to say, if Xian decided to randomly throw out a drive impact, he might have been in trouble because of the bars down below. So that was a really good call to wait and bait the Sun.
Yeah, so Xian, of course, taking first round. Of course, we are starting at 2 out of 3 because we are in the top 16 here, so everything is always dangerous here.
Oh, I would say for Xian with his face and uppercut, you got to treat it like Guile, man. He's maintaining that charge as well. The same type of character. Damn.
Yeah, those fakes out there. I mean, they gave DJ all those fakes, and it just makes his offense. He's a mental stack overloader. He overloads your mental stack really well.
Punish counter, you can connect it. Yes, sir. It was standing leg kick into Sobot from the library. Neutral jump short. There's a lot of those moves coming out from Jinkouyuki. He's been throwing out a lot of jump light kicks.
Oh, and Smart! He saw the drive gauge and just decided to burn him out right there. I was only laughing because I literally just played Clue with my nephews yesterday.
Yeah. Time was game. Time was critical art coming in as well. Look at the damage incoming. It's not going to do lethal, but it definitely puts him very close to it.
And the burnout is scary right now, especially since Jinkouyuki has all those bars. He's going to be able to throw out EX Sonic Booms all day. Oh, I love that, keeping it safe with the Sonic Blade. Punish.
Oh, no, that's too slow of a normal.
Yeah, it was a little too far, so I think he was just trying to take it. Oh, no, but Xian's going to get the kill anyway by just drive rushing into a tick throw.
I never thought about this, but Guile definitely has a hard time consistently punishing drive reversals.
Yeah, at that range, for sure, it's going to be a little bit harder for him. But here we go, Xian in the corner now.
As if he wasn't plus enough after that dash forward, man. That's actually kind of crazy.
Oh, yeah.
That's a classic, too.
Yeah, always have to be careful on easy counter poke situations for the perfect parry. It is definitely one of the things that is really developing strong in the higher levels of Street Fighters. Oh no,
that was a counter hit. That was a counter hit as well. Jinkouyuki not able to get the rest of that from the crouching medium punch start. That was a counter hit. He would have been able to continue on. That's up.
All right. Oh. Yep, there it is again. And you know, that's like I said, even after you block that low just cool, you know, and you counter poke, that's perfect parry bait right there. So you always have to be careful of those situations.
Blade, follow right behind it, chases down, jump on the other side. A little bit of a barrage from the lights too. That's a very common thing.
Jinkouyuki with a good life lead here. Here we go, gets the throw! And there we go, round on the board for Jinkouyuki.
Okay. Full stack from both as well. 3 bars apiece. The knee bullet.
Oh, watch this.
Oh, the knee shot
gets so much damage. Is he gonna go into the level 3? Nope, he's gonna save it. Oh. I mean, DJ gets one good right hit right now. He could kill Jinkouyuki.
Same with Jinko, actually. He does get to launch the level 3 early. And this is a nice spot to either set up a Sonic Boom Trap for a jump over or a Sonic Blade. Oh, I don't know what that was, but that's a good bait. I like that. That is an excellent Sonic Boom bait. We'll take that 100%.
And actually, maybe you think they're gonna try to wake up your drive, wake up super your drive rush. Ooh, the neutral jump! The neutral jump from Jinkouyuki, and he's gonna take one game from Xian, and like I said, 2 out of 3. So here we go. It's a 1 out of 1 now.
When in doubt, look to the sky and hold north. Damn, that was mad delayed.
One problem right now is that if Xian loses this, he's on the other side of the loser's bracket from BudgetXian. So,
oh boy,
it's going to be hard to get these two up against each other.
We'll see. We already have somebody who would claim to be the cleaner of loser's bracket. We'll get to that person later.
Okay.
Xian right now, he doesn't look like he's in a deficit, obviously, but him being in the corner, it just might happen that way. Yeah, great control from Jinkouyuki in the corner.
And here we go, more corner position, uses a Sonic Blade for that meaty pressure over there.
So down, it wasn't meaty enough.
Yeah.
Not a tool, man. Femi loves that.
Ooh. And yeah, try to drain his meter, the smart stuff here. And now he's going to spend all this bar into the level 1. It's going to be enough to kill. So Xian, match point now.
I think that's one of the cooler level ones. Like I don't mean with the utility behind it. I just mean the animation.
Okay.
The animation is just so cool.
Yo, because one of the funny things is like it's one of the most powerful level 1 punish counters.
100%.
But nobody uses it as a punish counter.
It's so good specifically against out of range sweeps.
Yeah.
Like Kimberly, like Ken. It's really good. Oh, okay.
But you don't see it that often, which is a shame because it's so sick.
It's so good too. Yeah. You got juggle state after that if you like.
Oh no, you just got hit.
It's air, no back heavy kick.
Oh yeah. Thought he was gonna manage to get that because that thing hit so far above, but even Xian wasn't too sure at that range.
Oh, the delay on the flash kick as well. Nice work from Jinko. I like the check against the knee bazooka, excuse me.
Yeah.
You have to make sure it's safe. You have to test your opponents. Like, I don't think you know it's plus. But at certain distances, it's not.
Yeah, exactly. So you always have to make sure to challenge them. Don't let them get away with anything free. But they've just burned themselves out. But look at this.
Neutral jump again.
A second neutral jump from Jinkouyuki. And now, final game, final round between these two players. Jinkouyuki saying, you may not have heard much of me before, but you will after today, after I send home Capcom Cup qualifier to the loser's bracket.
Oh, wait a minute. We spoke too soon. The level 3, I feel like more often than not, statistically, the one who lets it rip the first usually gets the rest of the set, but we'll see if I'm wrong about that. Jinkouyuki also has a level 3 on deck, so he could easily equalize it up.
And it's interesting too because in Street Fighter V, like it was actually almost worse to go with the super early on, but because of the drive gauge and what it does to the drive gauge, it's so important in this game. And Xian burned out. It's such a dangerous. Jinkouyuki. Can it kill? It's not enough.
Oh, he missed it. Oh my god, he missed the meaty boom. Side switch. Oh, you get to do it back to him. He did the meaty drive impact while Jinkouyuki had a bar to his name. Oh my god. Xian, you madman.
What was that Sonic Boom? That mistimed Sonic Boom was all the difference right there.
No.
Between sending Xian to the loser's bracket And going to the losers bracket yourself, that is a brutal one. But you know what? I mean, look, the one solace, the silver lining is that he's got a while before he plays his next match. So he has a little bit of time to try to recover from that, I think. So.
Is that solace or is that just like stewing in your own salt? I don't know, man. There's enough seasoning in that already. You don't have to add extra.
It's true. It's true. Oh, man. Yeah, that's brutal right there. Just one drop Sonic Boom gave Xian that wake up, and then the ability to counter, burn him out, and get that drive impact against the wall.
Yeah. I think Jinkouyuki had a good idea against majority of the drive rushes that Xian showed his way, right? We didn't see that as like a really evident way of like losing. Well, other than this round, but there were certain instances where Jinkouyuki actually preemptively neutral jump and got the most of it, right? Against Xian. Thank you, replay operator, for queuing it right on time.
But yeah, here we go into the death combo. Xian is going to advance forward. And again, Xian is just here kind of gatekeeping some people right now. But of course, that we talked about, there's still $2,500 on the line here. So, you know, still something to play for.
Yeah, pretty significant. That is for sure. But Xian moving on to the top 8. He's chilling for the rest of the day. He doesn't have to participate until tomorrow. But Jinkouyuki, he's going to be chilling also just on the other side of the bracket. For a long time.
Yeah, for a while. He's going to have to wait a little while. So one of the nice things about playing these online tournaments, you can jump into ranked and play a bunch of matches and, you know, try to get back into the groove of things. When they had the bracket, when they had the points reset, we were doing one of the ICFCs during the point reset, and like literally we saw some guy's ranking keep changing from like he started like low, and then he was like legend by the end of the tournament.
that literally happened to us in our last ICFC with like for the West.
Yeah,
we saw Bobby Bousse, whatever. He was like fluctuating back and forth between like 100 and 90th. I'm just like, dude. And it wasn't even him like playing ranked, I think. It was just like other people like surpassing him. There was one where he was like 102 and then 101. I'm like, somebody just lost their 2 out of set. Like, that was pretty good. But anyways, we digress. Leslie versus MindRPG is coming up next. Leslie, for those that have been following along, a very big legacy player. This is my second time ever seeing his face, and it's actually kind of cool. One of the best Sagat players we could ever ask for, coming from the land of Singapore. The MindRPG coming in from Thailand, also a really, really talented Luke player, but overall a talented Street Fighter player that we were blessed with him in the previous iteration of the game. But 33, my man Leslie? No, get out of here.
I mean, he's one of those players that I remember Xian would be talking up all the time when he talked about upcoming players from Singapore. He was one of the people that he was trying to really turn into, one of the best in the world. I didn't see Leslie as much during Street Fighter V, but MindRPG, obviously, as we talked about from Thailand here, he's got something to say himself here. So let's actually see what MindRPG has. He says, I think I'll do a lot of jump heavy punch in this match. That's a good choice.
Who does he play again? Oh, yeah, he plays Luke. Hey, did you happen to see one of those clips from High Fight? I think it was from High Fight. Where the OD spinning mixer got absolutely destroyed by jump back heavy punch.
Yeah, I definitely quote retweeted that. I was just like, poor Rashid.
I did too. I said, poor Luke. It's too bad he can't get more off of that. He gets a knockdown? Boo. No, Luke players, am I right? Leslie versus MindRPG. This is going to be a good one because we rarely get to see the Rashid representation. I feel like, we've seen a lot of that character really come out the woodwork around the time of the offline premiere in Singapore with Gotcha-kun. And we're starting to see that a little bit more. I'm not trying to say that he was like the one that set it all off. It was just around that time, a lot of people were starting to focus on this character a little bit more.
Yeah, and not only that though, but when you see Gotcha-kun win a major like that, that sets off a lot of like, you know what? If he can do it, I can do it too. I believe in this character more because, a lot of people, they do talk about Luke and Ken's and JP's a lot. Rashid was always kind of like under there a little bit, but now a lot of people talking about Rashid as, potentially one of the stronger characters. And another character that once he starts getting the mix on you in the corner, the momentum that he gets is ridiculous.
I think more importantly, the fact that he gets 2 level 2s per game. Minimum.
Right?
Minimum.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing is so intimidating to play against. And that's a classic, right? It's not a punishable thing with spinning mixer. I don't know, like -2, -3, but it's a perfect time to throw out the parry to check somebody who's trying to take their turn.
Exactly.
You're stealing your turn with parries. is essentially what it is.
Yes,
but
exactly.
on a discount.
Right, because before it used to be, you know, I will DP or I'll backdash or I'll try to parry, but now you've got the perfect parries here. A little bit harder to time perfectly every single time, but still, the rewards that you get off of it are huge.
Yeah. I love the fatigue animation from Rashid. Even though he's tired and he's walking forward, he has like one hand on his hip and he's still kind of like strutting in the way that Rashid does.
Oh, so, I need to pay attention to that.
It's so interesting.
Oh no. Okay, yeah, gets the punish from there, and yeah, there you go. That a classic turn stealer
you
right
can set
there.
Up. Yeah, you could actually set up an OD spinning mixer into the Isar.
Oh, yeah, you see the tornado just block that. Dude, the fact that they let you kick the tornado now was one of the coolest things that they did.
Dude, I agree.
Whenever I see him get to the other side and kick it back, I get so hyped.
You can do that?
Yeah, you just kick it the other way, like Dawson, how you used to be able to ping pong the fireball.
I thought you meant kick it one way and then kick it the other way. I'm
oh,
like,
no.
I was about to say, I'm like, are you sure? This guy is crazy.
Yeah, well, nice. Leslie busts out there with that OD spinning mixer. The nice thing about it is decent as a wake-up reversal. Not as good as an anti-air, but as a wake-up reversal, it'll still do its job.
Are you sure, based off of that clip? Hey, MindRPG again starting the round off with a jumping heavy punch. The culprit is there and jump back here. Okay.
Oh, he went for it, and he burnt himself out doing it, which is going to be brutal, as you can see, because again, Rashid, when he missed the combo. He jump kicked a little too late, so he was able to recover in time.
What's funny about that is he ended it in a cancelable normal, so he could have DI'd back if he was ready.
Right, he just wasn't expecting that not to happen at all, and so now MindRPG is going to take the round off of that mistake. Because I was just about to say, when he gets to control how he knocks you down in the corner and goes for the set play, I mean, Rashid is absolutely one of the most terrifying characters.
I don't mind it, actually. It's not such an intimidating factor to just kind of deal with him defensively if you know the gaps.
Yes.
I think it's very much so tolerable in this game in comparison.
It's very similar. I mean, you can tell that
Capcom...
Capcom...
you got a hit with the light flash up there, brother.
Capcom clearly kind of has this character archetype in mind, because I feel like Kimberly's similar. Two characters with stubbier normals, but once they get you into the corner, if you don't know the mix-up, you're going to get washed. But if you know the mix, you can kind of handle it a little bit. Oh, the timing!
That's great. Safe consent as well.
Yep. Here we go. Throw loops. Oh, okay.
That was a reversal, maybe an attempt at a super.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't do that. You can't do that. No shot. MindRPG was churning that butter. That should have been a hit, right? When you saw the reversal the first time, that should have been the dead giveaway.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. And just shy of killing. Oh my gosh, Leslie gonna still try.
Oh, you're burnout though.
Oh,
uppercut. Didn't even matter. Even if Leslie happened to whip like empty jump anything, the trajectory of OD uppercut is so far forward reaching that it would have been chip damage no matter what, right?
Exactly. So there you go. Now 1-1 here between the players.
This is sick.
Yeah,
I'm liking the way they're playing.
And I'm glad starting off 2 sets here, both 2-1 matches.
Yes. I don't want to see blowouts today.
Ooh, there we go. The crouch medium kick. The classic crouch medium kick in the drive.
See that? Oh, he knew exactly where the gap was. He knew it was fake to go into the Arabian Cyclone. Threw out a crouch jab, and now the momentum is his, especially with the back there, right?
Oh, God. The staggering, and look at that. Here we go. Safe jump setup. Goes for the empty throw instead. Turns that empty jump into a... safe jump into a throw setup.
Ooh. I like that too. I like drive rushing with the lights, especially after that cancel. Very smart from Leslie, because most players, they will check you with a light or normal if you do like a medium into a drive rush. That's been like the meta, right? They'll either check you with a normal or they'll check you with an OD uppercut. If you do a light, you recover. Or sorry, it's such a tight gap that you don't even get the OD uppercut to come out, right? It's a true block string at that point, right?
And that's the only way to stop people with the ODDP. Oh, he doesn't go for the side switch. He's going for the level 3.
That's a lot of damahe.
Oh my.
65, 70? 65, 75, 4.
Yeah, something like that. Oh, what?
That was sick. Jump back medium.
I like that. Uh-oh, but you just got clipped, and now you're in the corner again. There's that jump heavy punch you were talking about, but you know what? Wait, Rashid has a level 3? I didn't know. I've never seen it before.
They just added it.
Okay.
What's that camera doing? 60 FPS? Come on, bro. You're like a multi-millionaire, perhaps. You could at least get something that records like a little bit higher than that, right?
I know he shouldn't be that scared blowing his camera away, too, right? He should be able just to get the replacement. But there it is. Leslie 2-1 over MindRPG, finishing it off with that level 3. And he is going to be advancing forward. And interestingly enough, you know, we talked about how this was a player that Xian talked up a lot. Well, you know what? Xian's going to have to fight him in the next round, but that'll be tomorrow, of course, once we get to the top 8 as we continue going through the top 16 here.
What's a slight fun fact from Leslie, by the way, he's a retired gamer here to block those that want to qualify into Capcom Cup. He's doing a great job thus far, taking full advantage of some of the big drops that MindRPG had during some of his sequences. But overall, we talk about the pressure that Rashid has, the offensive sequences he has in the corner that leads to a lot of damage. But also, I will chalk it up to MindRPG just kind of miscalculating some of the distances to anti-air. He had the right ideas, right? He had jump back medium punch to keep Leslie in the corner. Yeah. I mean, uppercut in the wrong place at the wrong time obviously is going to be what really overall messes him up. But I think he didn't do too bad in regards to facing off against the offense from Leslie while he was blocking, right? I mean, some hits, they're going to happen. You're just going to have to take the damage and move on. But I think his decision-making on defense in the corner wasn't all that bad.
Yeah, interesting here. Sorry to jump ahead to the next match here, but I'm looking at Yagami versus Bravery. We're going to get 3 Singapore players in top 8 on winner side right away because Bravery and Yagami are both from Singapore. So, you know, they're doing some damage out here. They're definitely putting a stamp on this. And Southeast Asia has largely always been kind of very Singapore dominated. Obviously, Xian doing a lot of good work out in this area, building up the scenes, having the weeklies that they ran for Street Fighter V all the time.
Surely.
But, yeah, so you can see there Yagami and Bravery coming up here next on the winner's side.
And that's going to be kind of cool. The fun fact that they told about themselves, this guy's actually a beast. Yagami, by the way, I stopped playing fighting games for 13 years and became a pastor. Now I'm back. That's pretty beast.
Yo!
It's actually pretty beast.
And I love the Bushin pose, you know, obviously going with the Bushinryu disciple, Kimberly, over here.
I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. Bravery, on the other hand, Bravery is somebody we've seen for a long time. I feel like for Street Fighter V, at least. He started off with Street Fighter 4, made himself very well known in 5, and is continuing on that streak, picking a very good character, in my opinion, for his playstyle. Bravery is coming in, and he said, you know, very straightforward. Street Fighter 4 was my first game, and all he did was play rank to prepare. That's all he did. Very simple, very straightforward, but just like the age gap, right? 40 versus 23.
Yeah.
I want to know like how much of that experience comes into play coming in from Yagami. Also with the Kimberly, also not a easy character to pilot. I feel like nowadays in comparison to everybody else in the current state of qualifiers.
And you know, one of the tricky things is, I mean, honestly, you know, Kimberly's crouching heavy punch. What a wonderful anti-air, sets up a mix-up when you get it. But the crazy thing is, that's why Cammy is is so difficult to fight, is because the dive kick just throws off so much stuff. You know,
a sharper angle versus another sharper angle.
Yeah, is it the timing? It messes up the timing of when you want a crouching heavy punch, right? So I'm a Kimberly main. I find fighting Cammy is kind of tricky a lot of the times, but again, Kimberly is one of those characters that you get the momentum going in the corner and the whole match just ends. So we'll see if Yagami can pull that off here against Bravery. Again, Yagami, the experienced player here. Nice. What's he going to go for? Okay, he goes for the air throw finisher.
Ooh. I like the idea on defense from Bravery, just waking up with the parry. And I like the burnout as well, too. It's going to be difficult now.
Yeah. With only a level 1 super, is he willing to spend it here?
No shot.
Yeah,
no shot.
He's just going to get caught right here. Perfect start right there. One of the best, basically the best start for Cammy. Oh, he's going to spend it. He wants the kill now. I thought he was perhaps going to save it for the next round.
Round 2. Fight.
Would have been an interesting idea for sure. Bravery. And that, we just talked about it as well. Look, that was a punish counter. By the way, she recovered fast enough to catch the limb.
Yeah, again, one of the biggest weaknesses of Kimberly is that she has stubby limbs in the neutral.
Yeah, these kids are playing fast.
I'll say. And now, although Bravery is burned out, he's... okay, here we go. But you know what? Yagami burns himself out as well. Run pressure is really scary against burned out characters.
You went for
Caught him for the back dash! He caught him at the back dash! Here he goes! Oh, he just went for the slide. He didn't go for... Oh, he wasn't burned out. He couldn't drive rush, of course.
Oh, that's so sick!
Oh, you can kill. You can kill. You've got the level 3. Oh, he's going for the whole shebang.
Yo, wait, no.
What happened?
No way! Are you kidding? Bravery tried to go for the chip damage, and it wasn't enough. I repeat, it wasn't enough.
I just don't know what happened with Yagami, how he dropped that combo at the very end.
It's called greed, James. That's what it is. That's exactly what that is.
Oh,
and it paid off.
Baits out the throw and the side switch. Beautiful decision right there by Bravery.
Got to throw the dice, got to play to win, baby. Here we go, Yagami.
Yep.
Still has that level 3 on deck. Any big opener could be explosive.
Yeah, and that's definitely a punish right there. Look at this 8-frame punish right there. Oh, what was that supposed to be?
Oh, he got him. Nope, he got him out of there, is what I meant to say.
Nicely done. Nice read from Bravery over there. And yeah, dang, Yagami with that one round. Wow, you just tried to gab him right away from the start.
Fair. That's fair. That's totally fair.
Okay. What's this mix-up? Oh, no, a miscancel again. You definitely want to get a cancel. One of the beautiful things about Kimberly is she gets...
This guy is sick. What a snipe out, too.
You get such great mix-ups, even mid-screen for Kimberly, too.
What?
Wow! Empty jump in the perfect parry?
What is going on?
Yo, and that was a forced knockdown. You might have been able to get a Tatsu juggle off of that.
You are actually crazy for being able to snipe that out. Such a sharp angle, brother.
And one of the tricky things is you're so used to running and canceling to try to get the mix-up. When it is a forced knockdown, you're like, wait, I have to juggle. Oh, that's punished. No! He missed! He was burned out.
He was burned out? That's why
it's a 5-frame. That was a 5-framer.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
It's not going to hit. It's not going to hit.
Oh, man. These guys are slugging.
But as a result, Bravery right now is at match point, and Yagami hasn't been playing bad at all. He's just been... Ooh, that was such a sick whiff punish. Yep, free dive kick afterwards. Good block. Oh, side switch. Yep.
Oh, please give me the anti-air.
Oh,
we'll take that.
A whiff punish. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's definitely a common setup for her. But you can see that Bravery likes doing wake-up perfect parry, so you got to go for the throws a little more often against her. And Yagami loves that drive reversal, and a couple of times it's been blocked already.
Oh, now you're burned out.
Oh, you get the combo. Okay. Is this going to kill?
No, but it sets you up nicely.
Oh, yeah, you get the meaty pressure here. Oh, just goes for the jump, air to air against Kimberly. And there it is. Bravery takes it 2-0.
My brain feels like it was a 2-1. Like, right? I feel I was so exhausted watching the pace of both of these players that it felt like it was like a battle of anime proportions is what it was. I gotta say, man, I'm very impressed with Yagami's determination and like his ability to snipe out some of these dive kicks. Yeah. I really enjoyed what he was throwing down against Bravery, but overall there were some slight decisions that didn't go in his favor. I think that could have gone either way. If it had gone to game 3, it still would have been a coin toss. Really.
All right. Well, as it is, like I said, no matter who won that matchup, you can see here in the top 8 side over here, Xian, Leslie, Bravery, all from Singapore. But of course, in the next match here on the winner's side that you see here is HoroShow versus IamChuan. So we're going to get someone from the Philippines or from Malaysia, I believe that is, right? So
let's go. Yeah, that's true. No bias here for sure. But HoroShow and Chuan, again, both very much so familiar in the streets, in the world for World Warrior. Really, HoroShow actually got to finish his rankings up in 3rd. Chuan finished his up in 6th. But it's going to be exciting either way because these guys have been duking it out for a while. And we'll get to that immediately after this break. In the meantime, I want to make sure you guys understand that the CBT registration is currently going on. We've got our first 3 candidates already into top 8. But one thing is for sure, we're going to get more of that with France, Spain, and Portugal. Be sure to register now with the Capcom Pro Tour currently underway with all the remaining regional CPT events currently available to sign up. Obviously, we've talked about this plenty of times over at Capcom 10. You have the chance to compete for over $2 million. I repeat, over $2 million with the grand prize of $1 million going to first place. Head on over to CapcomProTour.com for all the information you need on how to sign up and register for your respective events.
And if you win that $1 million, that is a lot of Chipotle carne asada that you can actually buy out there. And not only that, but if you download the app as well and keep collecting points, you don't even have to pay for all of that carne asada because you'll get enough points to get free carne asada from time to time as well. How can you beat that, right? I mean, honestly, download the app right now. The carne asada is back for just a limited time. And shout outs to, Chipotle and teaming up with Capcom and Street Fighter 6 and providing some of those costumes. They knew exactly what they were doing with that burrito backpack because it's large enough to just turn you into giant human burritos.
And I love that. Hub. I've never seen so many burritos in my Battle Hub ever in any game, by the way. And I'm a fan. I'm genuinely a fan.
Yeah, I mean, when they were making that item, they were probably like, let's make sure you could make it large enough that it could just cover their whole body. And now we just have walking burritos with arms and legs. It's fantastic.
That's free mascot material right there. Like going forward at Chipotle, hello, you got to do it now.
Dude,
like
the burrito guy, we have to have a burrito guy at Capcom Cup.
It would be foolish not to have a burrito guy. Anyways, we'll talk about all that later. I'm gonna call Papa Chipotle myself on this break. In the meantime, get yourself some snacks and refreshments wherever you may be. We'll be back with more of the CBT for Singapore. Actually, majority of Singapore. Excuse me, Southeast Asia. Hello. We'll be back after this.
Chipotle's carne asada is back. It's our most tender cuts of steak, grilled and seasoned with cumin, oregano, and coriander. Finished with fresh lime and hand-chopped cilantro. Carne asada. This is our best steak ever.
Let's get this mission started.
Is your Capcom is your 2018 champion.
We got more Street Fighter League. I know you can smell the tension in the air.
We back in the field, back. We ready, it's time.
Ooh, punish counter.
Inside of the huddle, you know that I cry. A dangerous smile, a weapon of choice from pushing the line.
Season after season, it's only gotten better.
Big Bird in trouble.
My game is number one. Bet it all, give me my cash. The dream game can't stop it. Take off like a rocket. Bring it back, don't bend mine. I'm the one now, you can't hide.
What an upset. What an upset.
Fight with all your heart. This is our moment.
Nobody saw this happening. I dare you to find me better Street Fighter.
It's time to rise. This is our moment. This is our time. The time is now. It's time to rise.
It's unprecedented and unpredictable. It only gets better.
Or nothing.
Straight to the door. This is a different Chris CCH. I don't know who this young man is.
We ready whenever. The world is watching. The time is now. No other option. No other way. Play to win the way that we play.
My man looks so happy.
In front of the pack. Leading the way. It's time to reign.
Angry Bird's momentum, his speed in general, is so hard.
Into the bottom, ain't nothing to fear. We running the game.
NRD taking it down defensively and get the biggest sprint that we've seen thus far.
This is the hardest season of Street Fighter League ever.
Doing it for the time.
History in the making.
This is our moment. Yeah, this is our time.
This kid is ridiculous. This kid is ridiculous.
This is our moment. This is our time.
He gives a kiss to the audience. I love that.
With this night, full night.
Execute.
Audio. You always see nothing, I just barely scratch the surface. Throw me in the rain, let me do my thing. Thought they hit me down, fight through the pain when I'm in the zone.
I ain't never say much, but you see me up top. You see my numbers healthy, the pressure don't stop. Until I'm in the top, see the bottom seeds watch. They almost see me flop, but I'm stepping on them, watch, let them watch. Born ready to fight. This is my...
It is time for the World Warrior Spotlight. And of course, we are about to go to what is probably, at least arguably, the most hyped region in all of the World Warriors right now. And that is, of course, United States East. Brian, who do we have qualified for this one, bro?
Oh man, the final regional event just concluded to set up the final regional finals, and it was actually a doozy because people were fighting over both their qualification into the bracket and also for that coveted winner side. Because remember, the top 4 people with points will go into the winner side of the bracket, come to the regional finals, and the bottom 4 will start in losers. So you really want to be in winners. But let's just go over the names that we have in there that set up the storyline that happened last time. We have KnuckleDu, Punk, MindRPG. I mean,
calm down. Right? You said KnuckleDu, Punk, MindRPG back to back to back. That's insanity.
All qualified to the winner's side. Then Bananakin sneaking into the winner's side of this bracket as well. Then we have Spaceboy, Idom, Sammy, a new face in the Street Fighter community, and Zaffarino all qualifying for the regional finals. So yeah, that winner side bracket is super stacked. But the big story from the final event that just concluded was Bananakin going on the run of a lifetime to actually secure his spot in the winner's side. He eventually tied in points with Spaceboy for that 4th place position. But if you actually look at the bracket, Bananakin had to go through the bracket and beat Spaceboy 3-2, beat Idom 3-2, then beat KnuckleDu 3-2 in order to tie with Spaceboy for those points. So he not only stopped Idom from getting the points to move into the winner side, he also stopped Spaceboy from getting any more points. And because of the tiebreaker system, Bananakin had placed 2nd in a previous event, and Spaceboy had only placed 3rd. The highest placing person across all the events will be the first tiebreaker. So Bananakin gets into the winner side in the tiebreaker over Spaceboy. So that final event, it came down to like everyone in that loser side bracket, Spaceboy, Idom, and Bananakin scrapping it out for that winner side position. So Bananakin clutched out his winner's side appearance in the regional finals to be in the echelon of Punk, Punk, MindRPG, and KnuckleDu. So he's of that caliber, competing in the regional finals to get that qualification spot. So remember, 2 people out of US East will qualify. The World Warrior Regional Finals will be one of them, and then they have the final CPT event at the end of the season. So of all those players I just talked about, only 2 can make it in. Who it will be, we'll have to find out soon.
And then KnuckleDu and MindRPG are playing in round 1, Brian. Explain this to me. That make no sense. That's insanity. KnuckleDu versus MindRPG. Take your pick on that one. And then Punk the God is going head-to-head with Bananakin. Cammy versus JP. That's known to be a harder matchup for JP, if I'm not mistaken. I think that is his worst matchup in the game. So that's not going to be easy for Bananakin, but he is nasty. I mean, you do not want to miss this. Make sure you guys are tuned in for United States East World Warrior. Absolute banker.
An absolute banger it actually was as well. I mean, look, I'll admit it, I haven't seen it yet. I'm definitely going to take care of that tomorrow. I will be watching it tomorrow because I was not home while it was on. But I've just heard everybody on social media, internets, and you and everybody here at the studio just completely.
I played spoiler to that. My bad.
I already saw who won, so it's all good. It's all good.
But the way it went down, oh my God! For some reason, the spirit of Tasty Steve was just like overwhelming me. He's like, oh, this is so good.
Did your arm just like dislocate itself or something?
I almost ran myself off the road. I'm like, oh my God, this is sick. As I was driving to the studio, man. And it's crazy because now we get to get ourselves another champion into Capcom Cup little by little, right? I get to drive from watching World Warrior to do a CPT event with you guys. It's actually pretty sick. But we've already talked about our first 3 competitors that have made it into top 8. Let's take a look at the bracket to refresh your memory a little bit, right? Xian versus Leslie. Pretty close, actually, 2-1 on both ends. Then we saw the big slugfest between Bravery and Yagami. We're just awaiting for HoroShow versus IamChuan.
That's right. So, again, IamChuan here from Malaysia going up against the Philippines. HoroShow, I know you said you had reasons to be biased in this matchup.
No
but
bias.
I do too, because, as a grappler player, HoroShow is what Zangief yells when he wins, and he's not using a grappler. So, you know what? I'm so disappointed in HoroShow. Come on, man. You're named HoroShow, and you're using Jury. What is this?
Damn.
What is this?
I'll allow it. That sounds fine to me. But Chun looking like a model too. We got the full on model shot. I like that. He's got that saved on his profile picture. I bet. But Terry 5695, huh? All right. But Chun coming in with Chun-Li. Very, very important to note. I think Chun-Li does a pretty darn good job dealing with a lot of the characters with fireballs. More importantly, Jury's as well. Low profile fireball, very slow as well. I think Chun-Li, just based off of that factor alone, could deal with that pretty consistently with something like a forward heavy kick. Forward heavy kick, it does a really great job against that too. But overall, I think this is going to be a very interesting matchup to see, because we're starting to see the development of Chun-Li even further.
Yes, right? Chun-Li is, for the longest of time, I had my top 5, and I would talk about my top 5 all the time, but my top 5 has changed because just looking at the data, looking at the stats, looking at the results, especially from the 2 offline premieres, DJ and Chun-Li, we already talked about DJ. Oh, did we just get a modern added all of a sudden on the screen? I think I saw from IamChuan.
That's pretty cool, production. I see you. That was nice. That was really cool, actually.
but interesting enough, Chun-Li is now in that top 5. And in fact, Japan, I think a lot of people say she's top 3 in Japan. There is a lot of belief in this character in the Asia region. But I know I watched Moke dismantle Kakeru from the Singapore, I think it was the Singapore event, or was that France that they fought each other? I don't remember. But, when you watch the way that Moke played that, it was absolutely insane. And he almost made it look like a bad matchup for JP.
Interesting,
and that standing light punch from Chun-Li is such...
You get a punish counter with it. But on top of that, having that combined with her walk speed, it makes it so hard to nail down and also even try to, hit with any sort of normal, right? You can't keep her in place after a block string because of the micro walk back. You can't necessarily throw out certain normals in neutral, because next thing you know, she'll walk back just out of that range. Standing light punch, punish counter into low medium kick. I see Valmaster do that all the time. So that I've dubbed it the Valmaster, really. But let's take a look at Chuan's quote. He has something to say against HoroShow. First and foremost, luck and time is what I need.
Interesting.
Same with everybody, baby.
Very, very true. Yeah, and I talk about this with Ken. One of the most powerful tools that Ken has that I feel like a lot of people don't talk about is that Run Dragon Lash lets him link into any level super. He's one of the rare characters that basically he gets to spend however much meter he needs to kill you for that round if there's more rounds coming up. Chun-Li gets a lot of that too. She gets a lot of good setups into linking supers, and then she could even go for a level 2, and if that doesn't kill, tack on a level 1 at the end as well.
Yeah. And most of the time in the way that some of the Chuns have developed themselves, you see a lot of level 2 for the corner carry. You're looking for the utility behind it, especially when it's combined with the jump fears. It leads into another safe jump too. I think that's one of the more potent strategies that we've seen a bunch of times over. So that alone is really great. One of the biggest things that I like to note about Chun-Li is her ability to counter throw loops very well. She has the mobility of being able to jump out of the corner and off the wall as one thing. Obviously you get punished for it, but the other thing, more importantly, is instant air legs.
And you know what? That's why one of the reasons why people play modern Chun-Li, as IamChuan is doing.
You don't even have to worry about tencho kicks being inconsistent. That's actually the best part. You don't have to leave yourself susceptible to standing twice. Right?
And again, jump instant air legs is a piece of cake with modern controls. So
yeah, it truly is. Yeah, no errors here.
And Jury, interestingly enough, we've been talking about the rise of DJ and Chun-Li. I feel like, in the wake of that, really has been Jury and Cammy. I feel like those two characters, while they're obviously still very strong, their tournament performances hasn't been up to par with where a lot of people place them in a tier list,
I agree. Now, both of these players very much so familiar with each other in the streets of ICFC, without a doubt, but also in World Warrior. But I do like Chuan right now, the way he's been performing. HoroShow, again, coming in with third place ranking. Yeah, punish counter with that fast of a normal.
Here we go. Nice combo right there from HoroShow. HoroShow did take round number 1, so definitely trying to show the strengths of the... Oh, wow. Just walk up and throw, expecting a counter poke. So he tried to perfect parry, but got punish countered instead, but just fought his way right out of that corner. No problem.
I'm surprised HoroShow didn't go for the level 3 to build back that drive gauge off of that and also establish the life lead. This is going to be a dangerous spot as Xian does have an opportunity to land a single big hit. Oh, that could have been so dangerous.
Yeah. The burnout now for HoroShow. This is so dangerers.
HoroShow. I was saying HoroShow, huh? Burnout coming in. Now from Chuan, excuse me.
Okay, just goes for the throw. Wasn't ready for the whiff punish. Wow, just goes straight in there, but had the Feng Shui engine charge for the cancel. He still only got one Feng Shui engine charge. Oh boy, and just gets tossed. Okay, so IamChuan tying it up 1-1.
Landed right into the fireball, disrupted all of his mental, I feel like, off of that jump. Oh, no, he got it back!
No, he just started. I don't think Chuan ever started a round with a fireball, did he? That was a call out by HoroShow. And here we go, gets the 2
there
charge.
It is. This is great. You get to build your drive gauge back, you get to enforce the burnout, you have the corner positioning and the life lead. That is like the ultimate scenario for a W.
But you gotta watch out with 3 bars, but the neutral jump. And again, for characters like Ken, like Luke, and for Jury, who have those jump attacks that hit so far down, neutral jump is one of the best shimmies that you can use.
What? And the delay on the dive kick to read the Tencho. He's playing to Chuan's strengths, right? He's playing against the reaction time that he has.
Oh yeah, he just tried to go for a shimmy there, which is dangerous after that forward dash after the throw the first time, because a lot of times you can't walk out of range enough. Ooh. Okay. Oh, burnout. Here we go. Pressure. Nope. Gonna stay back a little bit here. Oh, what a reaction. Oh, of course. Modern controls.
Yeah, modern controls, modern reactions, minimal damage. Also coming in from that level 1. Great interruption against the drive rush. Medium kick is such a big tool with that. So much range on it.
And yeah, I mean, well, hang on a second here. Chuan right now. Oh, about to get that throw. And there we go. Punishes the landing frames right there, Chuan. And now trying to tie it up 1 round away. And, you know, I want to mention, you know, that obviously I was like, oh, modern controls. But I don't want to say that just like to make it sound like it's a disparaging thing. Like, if you're fighting against a modern control player, you just have to be aware of the things that they can react to that you can't get away with against other classic players.
I think of it this way. It's like, you know what? I want them to react. What just happened? The dive kick hit in the front, it ended up in the back, and
yeah. But still burnout right now. Oh, again.
That's fine. Exactly that, right? You're taking away resources at minimal damage. HoroShow could still make it. Nope. Not just yet.
To kill. Oh, no, he just did it. He just did it. And it worked. Dude. Here we go. And you know what? He's going to get a mix-up after this, too. Her drive rush fast enough to get in there. Oh, he doesn't go for it. He just does the mini walk-up. And it worked. Is this enough to kill? Not enough.
It's a jump. Okay. Dang. That's actually mad unfortunate. The jump heavy, I thought would leave her at the same side. But that's not the case. So Chuan was blocking the wrong way because of that fact.
Yeah.
Like most of the time you get a jump in and you're holding back, you're still stuck in the corner. That's messed up.
Okay. Well, that just means HoroShow now about to be able to take this. Goes for the throw. Again. Hasn't gone for the true throw loop yet. What a tech. And there you go. There's the modern up kicks. Oh, the shimmy. And here we go. Level 2 for corner carry? No, he just goes for the spinning bird kick. He goes for the standard Oki instead. 2-4. Level 2, level 1.
Right? You're going to hold it for the extra damage as well. It's not enough. Charge up. No, he's going to go for the kill, as you should. HoroShow taking it against Chuan 2-0. We can see exactly why he placed 3rd in such a stacked World Warrior bracket. But Chuan, again, no slouch, also was placed 6th in the final scoring of it all. But HoroShow 2-0 against Chuan was super, super impressive. He was in control majority of the time is what it looked like.
Yeah, but that modern Chun-Li, you know, did some work in there. Wasn't quite enough. And, you know, yeah, you've got 1-button reactions a thing. But let's be honest, guys. How many of you out there who are saying, like, you know what, it's too easy to react with modern, still lose the drive impacts in the corner? That's a 1-button reaction, too.
You can't see it, but I raised my hand. You can't see it, but I raised my hand. I'm one of you. It's fine.
I get hit by that all the time. So, oh man.
Yeah, and that was also really impressive to have the right reads on offense too against Chuan from HoroShow too. Like we saw some impressive feats with Modern, obviously still being able to react with level 1. It makes the time easier to do it, but you know, you sacrifice the damage for it, and that's something that HoroShow was looking forward to. He's like, you know what, I don't mind throwing out some of these things in the matchup because I know you're gonna react to it. I'd much rather be in a position, if I were to like gang up on you again, that you don't have those resources on you, that you're in burnout and you're at 0 bars. I'd much rather take that. So HoroShow doing a great job overall putting the strategy together against a modern game plan, right? He had the classic solution for the modern gameplay.
Exactly, and as a result, he will be joining the other 3 Singapore players, Bravery, Leslie, and Xian, in the top 8 tomorrow. Again, we'll start at the same time we started today, and you guys definitely want to check that out. But those 4 are done for the day, and so now we will be moving to the loser side of the bracket, where we will be going through the 2 rounds down there. All the players who lost on the winner side, you see waiting in round number 2, IamChuan, Yagami, MindRPG, and Jinkouyuki, waiting to see who's going to win between the 8 players in round 1. And who do we have coming up in the losers bracket here?
FitriAmir versus BudgetXian. My favorite name already. BudgetXian's cool too. But all jokes aside, FitriAmir, he's coming in from Malaysia. BudgetXian coming in from Vietnam as well. Wow. You know, one of the big fun facts from both, you know, Fitri actually played a different game competitively, but Street Fighter 4, Ultra Street Fighter 4 was his first Street Fighter game that he played competitively, and he was also a regular competitor in 5. But BudgetXian, guess what his first fighting game was?
What's that?
I mean, you could take a guess, right?
I mean,
at the age of 41.
Yeah, I was about to say Street Fighter 2.
100%.
Oh, there you
100%.
go. Nice. And yeah, I was just going to comment on that. I mean, interesting. A 40-year-old going up against a 41-year-old. We haven't had a lot of these, you know, old school versus old school matches here. We always get these old school versus young.
You really can't tell with these profile pictures,
Asian don't
man.
raisin. You know.
You gotta clear that throat out, brother. Man. Is there something in the air?
Oh man, but yeah, no, it's really cool to see. And again, I will say one thing too, is that I feel like Street Fighter 6 brought back a lot of the old school players. I mean, we see the PR Balrogs in Street Fighter League.
Legit, PR Balrog. I mean, Leslie also is a testament to that as well. Like, when was the last time we really saw Leslie compete? But I mean, seeing these 2 cats go at it, obviously the legacy title it's so good, right? It's just it brings you back for more, is what it is. I mean, it happened in 4 with all the third strike heads. It happened in 5 with all the Street Fighter 4 players, or Street Fighter 3 players and 2 players, really. But it's very interesting to see. But let's take a look at our player quotes for today from Fitri. Just want to do my best. Didn't get the luxury of time to practice, so I will rely on my FG experience and knowledge to win the matches.
Let's go.
Which I appreciate, man, because again, like if you're a competitor in multiple fighting games, those fundamentals carry over pretty well.
Yeah, and also, I mean, honestly, you'd be surprised. Like, obviously, a lot of fighting games are very different. And one of my favorite things about fighting games is a lot of different fighting games, you know, can reward different kinds of skill and mindset, et cetera, et cetera. But at the core, a lot of the ideas and concepts of what you're trying to do are similar. And so, you know, saying that he's just going to rely on his, you know, experience and, you know, having played for so long, I think is well, you said starting at Ultra Street Fighter 4, right?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah. So, I mean, but you know what? That counts nowadays. That was
hella counts.
That was a long time. That was like 9 years ago.
Almost
9 years ago.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh man.
So we got BudgetXian saying true to his name. Does have the DJ, the old color DJ, the old costume DJ, really, but Fitri going with the Rashid.
Yeah. Let's see if he can actually try to turn himself into name brand Xian right here. And this is a good start right here. Look at this damage again from DJ, and he just goes in for the drive impact. And that was definitely counterable by FitriAmir, but Fitri not ready for it.
Yeah, do you spend the super issued kick at being at such a deficit in the corner? Well, you get the side switch, sure, but like, is the damage worth it ever?
Yeah, it wasn't a side switch right there. He just went for the forward throw. Nice. I like the use of the drive parry on that cross-up situation.
I'm also a fan of Fitri's decision making with the fireballs too, like being able to contest against it and utilizing the whirlwind to kind of get over to the other side in the screen. I do appreciate that, but he's low on the drive gauge, so any even big hit he might burn himself out. But BudgetXian, he's looking for that as well.
Just drive rush right under there, gets out of there and does empty jump the crouching jab. A little too fast on that, but wow, we've already seen now twice now that BudgetXian has been willing to just go for the drive impact. Is this gonna kill? It does!
It's always the spring kick at the end that gets me by surprise. There's so much damage on those spring kicks, man.
Oh, there you go. I mean, I definitely saw, you know, like, I mean, I guess he's not necessarily kickboxing, but I mean, he is kickboxing, right?
He is kickboxing.
Yeah. You know, I always get kickboxing and capoeira mixed up is what I'm thinking of right now. So there we go, yeah. But yeah, here we go. Burned out is FitriAmir.
But I mean, he's dancing too. I mean, do you consider it Taibo at that point? I know there was like somebody was talking about like the design of DJ, but anyways,
yes, his design was literally a Billy Blanks kind of character.
That's so sick, man.
Yeah, so Billy Blanks, of course, the guy who popularized Taibo.
Ooh, oh man, popularized this jump medium punch as an air-to-air, and he wasn't even done with that. Like if he had some life over, you could still do like the Karen target combo, the jump medium punch heavy to sit him down and still get Oki.
Look at that check right there with the stand life punch. Actually, it was a punish right there that he got from that.
How often do you think Xian watches BudgetXian's matchup and like, you know what, I'm going to steal that tech?
You know what? Look, you can learn from all sources, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I have definitely watched, you know, some beginner players or some intermediate players, and I'm like, you know what? Never thought about using that move that way, and it's actually very valuable.
Oh, you tried to jump over the whirlwind? It never works. It never works. I don't think it's jumpable. I really don't. Not with this character, at least.
Now I'm just trying to think. There's no oral in this game with the double jump. You know, we can try to make it over there.
Maybe like a Chun-Li wall jump, perhaps?
Yeah. Ooh, too far away. Not going to get. Wow, that reach. And now burned out here still. The chip is such a threat. Yeah, look at this. He's running out of health.
Oh, you went for that too. I love that. That drive impact was so dangerous. If BudgetXian happened to land level 3 or critical art, Fitri would have died.
Yeah, okay, finally goes for the OD fireball right there to fight through the double fireball from DJ. Of course, the weakness of the double fireball from DJ is that if you parry it, you do come out with a net positive as a result. Oh!
Full body massage.
And very close to burnout as well.
You get the drive rush forward after this.
Is he going to go for the drive impact anyway? Because we've seen that from BudgetXian.
Yep, you called it. You literally called it. It was just a matter of time. It was on layaway, right? You ordered it, asked for it, put it aside for you.
You know
couple
what?
Of down payments.
I think we're going to have to change his name to HurtsXian right now, because that ending right there definitely hurts, right? I mean, oh, nicely done for BudgetXian right there. So he's going to be moving on over FitriAmir. And of course, because this is the loser side of the bracket, unfortunately, that means that FitriAmir is out of the tournament. But again, well done making it into the top 8 of a very stacked region. Again, Southeast Asia, not an easy region to get into this top 16 for.
But shout out to Fitri. At first, I thought it was Fight, like
you
know. But then we saw his actual name is Fitri. So big shout outs to him, man. Making it work with a character like Rashid, getting himself this far in the top 16 is actually very impressive. So shout outs to you, man. I'm really hoping the best for a lot of the players that play Rashid. Right, it is an investment overall, and I think some of these players are slowly starting to get towards the light with finding success with this character. So man, keep it up. I'm really impressed with how you performed when I googled him earlier. But BudgetXian, he's the one that takes it down. Now his reward, facing off against Chuan.
My hopes of having BudgetXian go up against actual Xian still alive for now.
True.
Long way to go, though, if that's going to happen. So, but yeah, well done to BudgetXian. He's going to be moving on to go up against IamChuan, as you mentioned. But we're going to be moving on to KunKhmer and Bells over here.
And so KunKhmer actually, we actually had a little bit of info at the very last second. Kun actually plays from Cambodia, is utilizing that Ken, but Bells is the player that I was talking about that has the mix of Lily and Manon under his belt.
Interesting. Now, what's interesting too is that, obviously here, I know in social media discourse, there's a lot of people who talk about Lily being one of the weaker characters in the game. if you talk to the Japanese, though, again, they don't even really rate her that low because of players like Hibiki and Kichipa, who are actually doing some pretty decent work with that character. Now, obviously, they're not rating her as one of the top characters here, but she can definitely do some damage. So I'm excited to see what Bells can pull off with this character.
Yeah, it just leads to the development of the character even further. Like that's something I'm anticipating even further on. I want to see the development arc of these characters because right now, obviously, we have one of the characters that is a mainstay in a lot of the streams, obviously Ken. Funny enough, though, is this our first Ken on stream today?
I think so.
Is,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Wild
right.
to say,
Whoa.
right? But there's been a lot of development towards some of the very, very strong characters with $1 million on the line, with $2 million on the line. Really, it's like who can really blame them? And we talked about this as well. We talked about this right before the stream started. We talked about the current players that have qualified, the characters that they play. Right? It's been so skewed over towards Luke right now as being the more common number right now.
Right. Yeah, and maybe Lily's from the Thunderfoot tribe, right? Maybe she's just trying to pull the same trick that her tribe mate T-Hawk did. Super Turbo, everyone considered him bad. Then Sako found the Sako tick strategy with T-Hawk, and he became like stronger characters. So
you could also apply that to Koji KOG, right?
True.
Talk about Koji KOG utilizing T-Hawk towards the very end of Street Fighter 4, and
That's
also.
right.
I forgot who it was from the East Coast. I don't mean to have his name slip me.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
It was Native Impact, right?
Yeah,
Native
yeah,
Impact.
there you go.
I wonder what he's doing now. I mean, he hasn't been playing, I feel like. But yeah, man, him and Koji KOG brought this character to light, I feel like. But Bells, he's looking to do the same thing, right? But KunKhmer, he's got the can on deck.
Dude, that face that
From
Lily
Lily
makes,
every
time.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I will never unsee that again.
Yeah, it's the same
Thanks.
character.
Thanks. Oh man,
I think about it all the time. Every time that face comes up, I think,
oh no. Thanks, Jeremy. Thanks.
You got it.
Now I'm just gonna need the new costume so the hair at least can try to.
Yeah, sure.
To try to.
Yo,
mix
her
that
new
up a little
costume
bit.
is so sick, by
Dude,
the way.
all the new costumes are sick, honestly.
Ooh.
I cannot wait to use intellectual teeth in this tournament in online rank, dude. That's the buff I needed for Zangief, was just that costume. I think. So
I think that's the buff everybody needed. Overhead.
Yeah, from that range goes to the overhead.
Trying to get the throw bait as well. Bells, how many command grabs has he landed thus far? I think he's at 4.
A lot, yeah.
Go for 5. Oh, and he tricked him.
Yeah.
Make it 6. Dude, and that's so smart, too. The sequencing from Bells was so smart. The conditioning after the drive rush into the standing light kick to force Kun to stay in that corner allowed him to set up successfully for that command grab.
Yeah, and that's the classic right there. You can't go in too hard against Lily because she's just going to OD Windclad Condor Spire you all day. All right, but here's the corner carry from, oh no, that... Interesting. Went for the almost like a light Dragon Lash was really going to be meaty enough.
And you're in burnout. Oh, that's a lot of damage incoming. All the way. Yeah, look at how much damage he dishes out too.
I love it. Just
frame kill.
Slowly dancing in your face. Oh,
Bells is sick.
Dude.
Bells is actually sick. You know what's crazy? I think he could have done a little bit more damage tacked onto it because he still had one more win stock left with OD. After that combo.
Just because it's almost, I mean, it is technically the season now. I want him to get second place so I can call him Silver Bells. I think that would be pretty sick.
I'm out of here. I gotta go.
All right, but here we go into the corner, and this is where Lily suffers from. She has a hard time dealing with the corner pressure, but you know what? Bells gets out of there, just very easily here. Yeah, you gotta watch out for that. She's gotta hold that. She doesn't have a strike invul ODDP. Back throw, here we go. The mix in the corner. Yep, you just got hit. That is definitely a setup that Lily has. Empty low.
That was a fake out and a half if I ever seen it. Level 3 incoming. Bell sweeping it up already. Oh, she will. She will show you her strength. That was impressive. That was a beatdown and a half.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you want to see, all the tricks of the trade for Lily, I think we just got a good view of all the bells and whistles.
Damn it! I knew you were gonna set up for bells and whistles, James. I knew it. I was actually so certain you were gonna do it earlier, and I'm like, huh. You actually missed that opportunity, huh? Well, I'm a fool. I also went 0-2, KunKhmer. Don't worry about that.
Never doubt.
Never doubt. Never doubt, of course. Golly.
Oh, man. But-
Replay City. How many throws did he land? A bunch, right?
Yeah.
But I think overall, I think what really needs to be talked about is his conditioning overall. I think Bells did a fantastic job of mixing up his options too.
Right.
So we started off with that. That was at the very beginning, right? And then obviously the throwaway. Here we go after this.
Yeah, empty jump. I don't know if we'll get
Right
to
here.
see. Yeah,
this is it
one.
right here. Keep him in place because you're plus, and then
so you worried about the command throw, get hit by the light, so you stop thinking about the command throw, and that's how he lands the command throw on you.
And then the next one over where he did his empty jump, he followed it up with an empty jump low rather than just like empty jump command grab. So there's even more layers to the layers. I really think the sequencing overall is so well done from Bells.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan.
Honestly, like I've said this since the beginning of the release of this game, and I still believe this, but Odie Windclad Condor Spire is like the best special move in the game. You know, it's just like goes forward, it completes drive impact, it leaves you plus. Like, can you imagine if Blanca or Honda could charge at you and be plus? Like, that would be terrifying.
I think Air OD Blanca ball is like,
okay,
up there.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Very similar.
For sure. But, you know, it's such a strong move, and, you know, you have to take advantage of that. And yes, it leads to basically just kind of like a 50-50 mix-up right there. But as we were saying, the way that Bells was able to, you know, switch it up a lot of the times was really, really very impressive.
Yeah. So far, so sturdy. We've seen a lot of close calls in the first half, I think, of the winner's side. Then we go down to this. I feel like we had 3 2-0s in a row. Let's see if that theme continues as we get on to SKZ versus JedPotato. This is actually pretty cool. I loved watching Neil, SKZ, the way he performed in Street Fighter V, his spotlight debut over in his region, bringing himself into Street Fighter League, one of the first to take down Punk the God actually in one of the matches over in Street Fighter League with that very impressive Seth. And he's taking a little bit of a different turn competitively, I feel like, in terms of his confidence. He is in the loser side, but one of the fun facts that he said about himself, and I mentioned this at the top of the show, his goal is to clean up the losers bracket.
Oh, he's the cleanup guy.
He's the cleanup crew,
nice.
right?
And you know what? I mean, I'm really excited to see what he's going to be able to do. And I mean, obviously, we're in this weekend trying to find out who's going to qualify here in the Southeast Asia region. But as we said in the top of the show, I think 13 World Warriors are going to conclude in the next 3 days, including today. Obviously, you know, this day just started for a lot of people out here. So we have so many World Warriors that are going to conclude, and we're going to find out about, I think, including this tournament, 14 new qualifiers for Capcom Cup by the time we hit Monday. And then Monday, I think, has another World Warrior conclusion. I think that's Mexico. And then I think Tuesday is another one. So there is so much happening over here. 26 different regions, and with 26 regional champions, and they're all going to be going after that $1 million prize that we talked about at the very beginning for Capcom Cup 10. So again, they are all ending. Shout outs also, by the way, to Super Yan.
I knew you were going to say it too. There was a couple of them that are actually compiling all of the data. There's one other person that I might be missing, but Super Yan has been very, very vocal about it from the West Coast, but she's kind of East Coast now as well.
Yes.
But yeah, so big shout outs to Super Yan as well, but also big shout outs to her for showcasing some of the really, really cute characters that you can see over at Buckler's Boot Camp. I know we talked about like Pockets a couple of times over, but that's not going to be it just yet. But in the meantime, be sure to register. If you could check out the QR code down below, it takes you to a really cool interaction or interactive place for Street Fighter 6 where you could take a look at all the data that's behind the lore, also get your hands on Pockets as well, but more importantly, you get to really dive into the data of other players, right? There is a free GameLink mobile-friendly website with it. As you scan the QR code, it's packed with all the features that help you enjoy Street Fighter 6 even more. You can check out player data. You can check out all your friends in there. You can check out the different clubs, all the ranking information, all at the ease of your fingertips, right? So you can check out all the information on characters as well in terms of their background, as well as in-game events going on, as well as the rewards and staying up to date with all the updates. Be sure to check it out with Buckler's Boot Camp to make the most of your time with Street Fighter 6. Again, all you got to do, scan that QR code, baby.
That's right. Just pull out your phone right now. It's still there. It's still there. It hasn't gone away yet. Take a picture now before it's gone. Do it now. Oh, it's gone. All right, it's too late for you, but it'll come back. Don't worry, guys. And
so, yeah.
and you know, you can always just check out Buckler's Boot Camp as well. I mean, I'm sure if you search for that, you'll find it just no problem. Just go to streetfighter.com. Follow all the links as well.
Yeah, it's there.
So yeah, it's definitely there. But you know, again, we are continuing right now trying to find out who is going to be in our top 8 for this Southeast Asia region. So do not go anywhere, guys. More Street Fighter action after this.
You're really making all of this by hand.
Oh yeah. The avocados are hand mashed, the chips are hand tossed, and everything is made fresh.
You make it fresh every day.
Yes, every day. The Chipotle way is we make it fresh every day.
Sounds delicious.
Time to work, time to work. When inhaled, Merton blocks the gamma-aminobutyric acid receptors in the central nervous system, causing spasmodic muscle contractions.
Master, it's a work of art! It's perfect!
What to do with you now? So, shall we put him out of his misery? Time for some experimentation. I bet poison would work wonders on you. I wouldn't move if I were you. Poison's on the menu. I'm finished with you. I have you. It's over. My other step. Let's do now. Here, there, then here, and my magnum opus! Is my poison kicking in?
Street Fighter 6.
一番やっぱあるのは自分が不利な時に使うっていう使い方がパリの、使い方だと思うんですよ。確かにそのジャストパリっていうのがあってそれになった時にすごい恩恵があるからでその時の結構注意点があるんですけどジャストパリってボタンを押してから2フレ目まで取るとジャストパリになるんですよ。それが何なのかというと起き上がりパリ連打してもらっていいですか。この連打してると取れないです絶対に。これ多分初心者知らないと思うんですけどじゃあジャストパリ取ってもらっていいですか。いいですよ。これむずいですよ。ただ目押しにおいできたみたいな起き上がりにちゃんと連打じゃなくて目押しで押さないといけないんですよパリ。これがね一番知られてないそう実はっていう。
だから絶対に起き上がるタイミングでパリを押すといいです。
ガードしながら。
そうなのでやっぱりこれ練習が必要です。
そうなんですよ。ジャストパリはむずいっす。でパリイコールジャストパリを目標にした方がいいです。だってちょっとやってもらっていいですかパリを。投げ見てくださいよ。バル減るんですよねこれ。バリ減る。1.78 倍ぐらい減るんだよね。しかもドライブゲージも1本持ってかれるんですよ。だからそれものすごいリスクがあるんでリターンは常にやっぱ必要なんじゃないかなと思います。
One
It has been far too long since I've been able to sit down and have an interview with someone that I donned the name the Bobby Fischer of Street Fighter. Of course, I'm talking about the man from Singapore, my guy, SKZ. What's going on, bro?
Hey, hello. I'm good. A little bit early here, but happy to do this interview with you guys.
Well, thank you for taking the time to talk to us, because it's been a while since we've had to, see some of your gameplay in action, to be quite honest. You really burst onto the scene back in the 2020 Street Fighter V season with that immaculate Seth
That's
gameplay.
Seth, bro.
The biggest bully in Street Fighter history, I have to say. You showed up in Street Fighter League taking names. I mean, we saw you in your online CPT, and then you proved it was no fluke with that first match taking down Punk in Street Fighter League. I still remember that legendary moment. But now coming to Street Fighter 6, we're doing some research for this upcoming CPT event, and we're looking for SKZ. And you're nowhere to be seen. No tournament results so far, but we know you've been playing. So talk a little bit about where you've been and your preparation for this upcoming CPT event.
I haven't been really participating in the CPT that much because I've been busy with career change. So mainly trying to put my career first, and been really busy with work. But I still do try to play whenever I can. But for this upcoming CPT event, so mostly I've been preparing by playing online against top players from overseas.
Okay, so how has those sets been going for you?
I lose a lot. Sometimes I win. It's not easy. All the Asian players are all really good.
Hey man, that's how you get it done. Listen, there's been so many players who lose a lot regularly in the training sessions, and then they win on the day of the tournament, right? You're getting all the L's out of the way, so you're ready when it comes tournament day. And tournament day, it's just first to 2, first to 3. That first to 30 that you played, in preparation, even though you lose 30-3, you only need those 3.
You only need 2 of those 3, yeah, or maybe those 3, depending.
2 or 3, depending on what part of the bracket. So that definitely means that you're putting in the work to be prepared. But you're being humble here, because I'm stalking your Twitter page.
How's the 6? How does Street Fighter 6 transition in general for you?
Okay, I've never actually played a game which requires so much mental focus at all, like for Street Fighter wise.
Well, as tough as it can be focus wise, because I actually entirely agree with you. Because one thing goes wrong and it could be GG's. But that's why it's so much harder to separate yourself, I would say, in this game, because of how volatile it could be. But if anyone can do it, I know that you can. SKZ, it's a pleasure talking to you, and hopefully, I pray that one day you'll be able to become stronger than me in chess. No, you definitely smoke me consistently when we play, bro. I ain't gonna cap. He is about to see if he can represent his home at Capcom Cup as he tries to win Singapore CPT. SKZ, pleasure talking to you, bro.
And we get to see him coming up real soon on the loser's side. In the meantime, let me refresh your memory. Welcome back to Southeast Asia. We got our online CPT qualifier. My name is Vicious, here with James Chen. Sometimes if you close your eyes, we sound exactly the same. But one thing for sure.
One thing for
There he is. He's right.
Right.
I'm just gonna do it. I've done that so many times now in normal conversation that I think about it. I'm like, oh my God, I'm turning into James.
In the intro, there's one line, and we're still not sure which one of us said.
Oh, it's look at the damage. Look at that damage. I'm like, brother, hey, shut up, man. But then it'd be like, shut up, me. But
yeah.
I digress. SKZ, one of the players that we were so fond of, I feel like, from his performance over in Street Fighter V and into Street Fighter 6. I'm actually kind of curious to see how well he's translated himself from that previous game into now. You saw that interview with Rob TV and Brian F. thinking about the mental stack and how much more he has to think about that stack in something like Street Fighter 6, right? There's so much more to consider, not only with just the mechanics, but how grueling it could be off of a single hit, which is great. I think I love, a lot of the players kind of love that explosive damage and also the big back and forth that can happen that revolve around the utilization of the drive gauge.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why that there are some people who call this mental stack Fighter 6, because you got to think about drive impacts and drive rushes and regular dashes and jumps and whatever crazy mechanic the character themselves have against you, and it definitely keeps you on your toes and keeps you thinking in this game. And whenever I block that drive impact in the corner, you can expect a lot of salt.
That's why I just gave up on it. That's why I installed a secret button right below like the normal 8 buttons on the face panel. So I just right below, but I moved it to parry rather than drive impact, so that even if like I don't have enough life to do it, I'm just gonna parry instead.
Okay,
so like, it teaches me to do that.
That's
so.
actually really smart. Okay.
So we're gonna see if we can the bracket and how everything had been moving along thus far. We've already concluded our first 2 games in the loser's side. Now we're moving on to see who will get eliminated further. But SKZ, he's looking to be the janitor and the cleanup crew for the loser's side. That's what his fun fact was. But JedPotato is somebody that actually got to do a little bit of research on, also hailing from the Philippines. He's got 22nd over in the World Warrior events in the total ranking thus far. But I did get a printout to see what he said. What his fun fact was about himself is that he'll be eating potatoes all day. And that's not how he prepared. That's literally just his fun fact. It's like, I'm eating potatoes all day.
I appreciate the accuracy then of the handle, because like sometimes you get those people like PR Balrog. He wasn't even playing Balrog at the end of Street Fighter 5 anymore, or at the end of even Street Fighter 4, he wasn't playing any Balrog. But we got JedPotato, and he says he's going to be eating potatoes all day. I appreciate
I like that.
The accuracy and the honesty of the handles.
Yeah, I definitely want to vibe with a lot of the folks out in the Philippines and kind of pick their brain in regards to how they play Street Fighter 6 as well. So shout out, Kapatid, go, I see you. But SKZ, he's going to be the man with the plan and also the quote for our matchup today. Let's take a look.
Getting top 1 here. Okay.
Fair enough.
Easy. Okay. Easy. So they need to change the name to SK Easy, basically. Just
Damn.
Make it,
That's bars.
Yeah, just make it no problem and just take this tournament just like that. Just get top 1 here. Just get top.
From the loser side, it's very difficult.
Yeah.
Like, how often have we seen that? I love those stats, by the way, that come from like Glenn Cravens when he used to put that out there, like that statistic of like how often somebody from the loser side, especially from a top 16, not like a top 8 spot, from top 16, making it to the number 1 spot. Has that happened, actually? I haven't been paying attention as to at least where they came from initially into where they're at in like the totality of like the top 8. So
I remember when Glenn was doing that. The Game 2K was what he was.
Game
on Twitter.
2K.
I remember he would always. And if you want a lot of stats, I mean, One Frame Link does a lot of good stats as well. So they're still going on doing a lot of stats. But I remember last year for Street Fighter 5, it was like nobody had ever made it from the loser side of top 16 into winning the tournament. But got a Cammy Mirror going over here, and it's interesting because I know I personally dislike mirror matches because it's just like, where do you go to the optimal range? Where do you go where you have the advantage over the opponent? Well, it's always the same, and so it's a little awkward, but at the same time, that kind of takes away the advantage situation, and it really comes down now just to the fundamentals and who's a stronger player.
To see that, right? SKZ already starting things off pretty aggressively, as he should, and he's gotten a lot of practice with those types of dive kicks, right? He was pretty much a menace when it came to Seth's axe kicks, right? Very similar in regards to the game style or game plan, really, but SKZ is getting a lot more mileage out of these ones.
Yeah, it makes sense now that he's a Cammy player. He's like, you know what? If I can't change my jump arc, I'm not playing this character. Oh, what a check on the drive rush.
So difficult to do as well. Certain moments you do get your inputs eaten up as that flash happens, so good on SKZ to time it correctly.
And right now, I mean, we talked about Chun-Li standing light punch recently, but you see SKZ right
Oh
now?
my.
His use of Cammy's light punch in that first game was immaculate.
So fast.
Yeah, I mean, having the, like you mentioned with Chun-Li, the walk speed, right? The walk speed plus the light punch. That's how you always tell who are the better Cammys, when they are so good at using standing light punch and standing light kick in the neutral. I say that as a person who plays Cammy and never uses them.
That's fair.
And ask me what my success with Cammy is. It's not very good.
I was going to say, what is your success with Cammy? I don't think I've ever seen you play this character.
Oh, man. But yeah, I mean, honestly, the light punches and light kicks are very crucial to her game plan there. It allows her to walk up closer and still check you. You're basically trading the frames of your medium buttons for the micro walks. Oh, burnout. This is dangerous here. Oh, raw drill? I gotta feel like that might have been supposed to be a super, but...
Oh, no, that was it, yeah. Oh. So he measured the distance from where the horse was standing. I saw the whole thing. He saw the horse and it's like, you know what? I got you, bro.
Yo,
Thank you for the hookup.
It's like the rock in Street Fighter 2. You know they randomize the placement of the rock so it wouldn't be a giveaway, but the horse is the giveaway here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Loaded Sama was actually the one to point this out to me. I've seen this video before, but actually I've heard about the video, but there's a full-on video as to what space on the stage you're allowed to drive impact.
I need to see this.
Yeah, it's
I
sick.
need to see this.
It's super sick.
I'm always like, I'm safe, and then I'm not
right here.
safe.
It's
Oh,
right here, yeah.
Oh, man.
Drop it down. Level 3 incoming. You have enough more in the gauge. You could have done maybe another sequence, but either way, SKZ in a very, very comfortable position to take it all the way. Not dead yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, that's one of those classic Punk situations where you see him just burn out everything for that ending. And as I said, those light kicks and light punches are so good. So there you go, SKZ with a quick 2-0 over JedPotato. Well, Jed's gonna have a lot more time to eat some potatoes right now. Yeah, and you know what the best thing about it is? You definitely know that they won't be bland because it's probably gonna have a lot of salt for that. So.
Oh boy.
No,
Jed, I hear you, brother. Jed, listen, I'm shaking my head too, brother. Don't worry about it, man. I got you, man.
Jed's like finding my Twitter blocked.
Immediately blocked.
No, but seriously,
I'll catch you at Rev Major, James.
Shout outs to JedPotato making it this far. Not an easy task at all. Again, getting to top 16 of any of these online premieres is nothing to shake your head at. Again,
no doubt.
Yeah.
And against someone like SKZ as well, fully fledged into the realm of playing as Cammy, aggressively at that. Taking a look at the tail of the tape, right? I do like the aggression he started off with some of the lights, also measuring the distance and checking all of the reflexes that JedPotato had to counterpoke. I think Cammy obviously is an excellent counterpoke type of character that leads to so much Oki and advantage on knockdown is what I should say as well. SKZ just took full advantage of the entire kit and so fast, right? He doesn't even give you time to adapt with how fast he's playing.
Yeah, you see that he was walking Potato down to the corner, and as soon as
the
he
potato
saw,
corner, nice.
I've seen that place before. But I saw him walking him down, and the instant Jed walked forward was when he hit light kick. So he was just waiting to see that, and then obviously when they're walking forward, they're not blocking. So good check from
SKZ.
SKZ.
There he is.
Yeah, there it is. Thank you.
It happens, man. Three letters are hard to remember, I feel like, especially when you include EM there, SKEZ. Moving on into the loser side against MindRPG is what you can expect in the meantime. Taking a look at the next match, Jan SG, hailing from Singapore, hence the SG. Then my man from Talon, Book.
Yeah, again, as you mentioned, one of the strongest players, in fact, one of the international strongest players of, other fighting games out there. And to see how well he performs over here in Street Fighter 6 as well is exciting to see. And again, like we mentioned before, when you have that kind of skill at fighting games, it can translate back and forth. Just having the mindset of problem solving and figuring out what you're doing wrong. And if you know the game well enough, you can figure out the solutions. And
agreed, yeah.
One of the things I love to tell people about fighting games is that, if you're running into a problem, there's a solution to it. If there's no solution to it, everybody would be using it, and that they would be dominating every tournament with it.
That's fair logic.
Right? And so if you're running into something and it feels really cheap, think about all the top players who play your character, who fight against them, who aren't dying to that. What are they doing differently? And it's not, the important thing is to understand that means there's a solution. You can do something about it. Take the time to research, go to training mode, or go ask somebody.
Literally watch like the VODs from those matches beforehand, right?
Yes, exactly. And you know what one of the cool things is in Street Fighter 6? If you lose a matchup and you go to the replays, the majority of the replays start up that matchup with your character winning.
Yes, to win the matchup. Yeah. I love that feature. I don't know what that algorithm is like. I don't even know how they programmed it to do it that way. I know you're definitely in that science field, but I can't even imagine the amount of work for them to pull that data from around the world or even from your area, which is really impressive. But taking a look at even more Singapore representation, we got Jan, the other Kimberly player in our bracket from Singapore. Yagami was our first one who got put into loser side a little bit earlier. But Book, also one of the things we actually got to talk about earlier in the back was How many Kens did we have in our top 16? Book, obviously, the other Ken made.
Yeah, we've only seen 2 Kens in here, which is very unusual. But look, I've seen a lot of Book at ICFC. His Ken is very scary. It is definitely very scary. So I expect. I'm curious to see who put Book into losers. I did not get a chance to check that out to see who did that. But again, Book's Ken, from what I've seen, very solid, very fundamentally solid, and very strong Ken. So I expect that this is going to be a tough matchup here. Unfortunately, I do think Ken kind of beats up Kimberly, especially because I feel like, both of them have equal corner pressure against each other, but Ken wins the neutral area, so he kind of has a little bit of advantage in that situation.
I also think there's a lot more resources that go into Kimberly's set play in comparison to Ken, right? And also, like, you lose out on so many options if she doesn't have a spray can.
Yeah, and you talk about resources. I've been saying this for a while. I think one of the secret things that makes Ken so strong that I don't think a lot of people talk about is he doesn't have to use a lot of OD gauge for a lot of stuff. Because
for corner carry, for damage, for side switch, etc., doesn't need to spend it at all.
Right, so he gets to save a lot for drive rush extra pressure, or when he needs to go for 3 Jinrai kicks in the corner to burn out and kill you. And it's just really powerful. His run special moves are better than his OD moves a lot of the time.
I agree, actually. Yeah, no, I was thinking about that a little bit. I'm like, yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense too. Yeah.
I mean, especially the Tatsu. Like, run Tatsu is definitely better, I think, than the OD Tatsu. Like, the DP, obviously, OD DP's got invul, so, obviously that's going to be better. But, I mean, run Tatsu is such a powerful corner carry. It sets up his meaty overhead, and that meaty overhead is also a 3-way mix-up into throws and lows. And
what's also really underutilized, I feel like, is after a drive impact, if you don't want to spend any gauge, you can just neutral jump, raw run into like the enhanced dragon blast, so it gets that pop-up extra hit. That's really good, right? And guess how much it costs?
No bars.
0.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, honestly, because, I mean, when you talk about, if you talk to players who are jury players, who are Cammy players, et cetera, one of the number one things that they will always say is one of their weaknesses is that they're very drive gauge hungry, right? Like jury, if you don't have the charges, you're going to go for the OD, Fuha attacks right there. Cammy has, in order to get damage, because remember when we first came out, everyone's like, Cammy does no damage. But, with the drive gauge.
I heard that with Chun-Li, and I wanted to like, I heard that so early on. I'm like, no, not this again. Come on, guys. You literally just got to go to training mode or look at CFNs.
Yeah.
No. But anyways.
But, the point being is that when you get to save a lot of that OD gauge for kill situations, it's a very powerful tool to have. All right, here we go.
Off to it.
Yeah. And here we go. Kimberly in the corner. This is a scary situation now. And here, what setup is he going to go for? Just goes for the can setup. Oh, the shimmy. And he goes for the overhead option.
No.
Yeah. As you can see here, it's got to go for the regular air throw because he doesn't have any meter. He didn't want to burn himself.
Damn. Do it again. Oh, no. That book is closed, sir. We got to go to a new one. We got to check out a different one.
Yeah, he's definitely got to play a little more Bravery right now. That book's got to get a spine, right? So here we go, towards the corner position over here. Oh. Yep.
Oh, you can you could still anti-air that if you did it in time, right?
Going backwards is a little bit harder. So you can actually get over there with a standing heavy kick, which will work.
Oh, no.
Yep, and just like you said, no meter
needed.
Look at
the damage out of that. No. And you're in burnout, or like almost close to burnout?
Yeah, he was already in burnout. Yeah, he didn't even need it. He didn't need any OD meter at all. Oh, that was an opportunity for Book.
Oh, you could have
take it.
Jen actually had an opportunity to do lights into elbow into critical art, or level 3.
You're right.
But it's Book who takes the advantage also. He recovers sooner from that last sequence that he had, getting full advantage of doing the drive impact. But again, another level 3 opportunity missed from Jan.
Yeah, but interesting round start with just that standing medium punch to check the drive rush. Yeah, that is definitely something that you have to be aware of as a Kimberly player, those wake-ups. Here we go. Oh, interesting. Okay, goes for a different ending route that sets up the overhead.
There we go. The high-low mix is so potent with this character. It leads to a good amount of damage. And the resources spent after it, though, totally
not quite burned out yet. Oh, got to do it again. Do it again. Oh, no, the crouching light kick is going to do it.
Now, again, I will say one thing, and sorry to the Kimberly players out there, but that down elbow is -2 on block against standing people. And a lot of people let her get away with continued pressure after blocking that.
Man, he's checking how many walkbacks against Book. That was 3 times in a row. Book is trying to micro walk backwards. Listen, man, you got to crouch in this game.
Yep, and all the way to the corner. Oh, it changes the high-low and mix-up into the drive impact mix-up. I love it.
Are you sure it wasn't a low-high? Oh, okay, OD. I like that from Book. Send him out.
Oh, look at this damage here. And this is what Ken does. Look at this comeback.
Jesus.
Oh, no.
I love it. I like it. Spend all of it. Ken, you got nothing to lose, baby. Your finances are in shambles. Your family left you.
Oh, nice. Like that. And here we go. Goes for the level 3. Wants the buff here. And, you know, when Kimberly gets her strength buff, it's actually just a strength normalization. Kind of like Jamie.
Is it?
Yeah. She starts at basically 90% damage.
She gets like an 11% increase to all of her moments.
Yeah, but all of her stuff, even though the training mode says 100%, all the damage at 100% is 90% less than everybody else's.
Oh, man.
But, you know, that's not going to stop Jan here. He is looking strong, and he's 1 round away from taking Book out of this tournament. And he's got this buff right now on.
What's really important about it is the speed buff that he
Yes.
gets, right? Being able to play like a Cammy, like a Chun-Li, if you will, as well. I think she becomes the fastest character in the game.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Oh no, that neutral jump and the side switch right there.
Damn.
Ow, this is gonna hurt here. And the important thing right now is it's gonna put Jan very close to burnout. You're gonna go for an EX Fireball on Wake Up? No, just drive rush throw, okay. Wasn't a punish counter there, so he didn't lose the...
Crouching! You can do it again if you wanted to. No.
Okay, has he got the juggle? Nope, he's not gonna be able to kill
Uppercut!
Bless yet.
Oh, you had the throw bait. And it's fine, and that was a little bit of a mishap from Jan. Oh, a little bit of a scrambly situation, all tied up. But to be fair, Book, you notice he's not ready with his throw options, right? You can see he has the opportunity to either crouching heavy punch if he wanted to, but it's been very difficult thus far.
Yeah, if you're going for a throw in the corner like that, just imagine that it's gonna miss and be ready to DP.
Just input it, no matter what.
Because
even if it's tech, you still are in the recovery of the tech, the tech animation.
Oh,
you get drive impact back, you dog.
Oh boy, and look at the corner carry he's going to get off of this. Actually, he goes for the DP instead of the Tatsu, which I thought he was going to go for. But now here's his pressure in the corner here. He's burned out, but he doesn't care. Nice check on that drive rush. And the ooh,
you went for it?
Wow. Okay.
What a beast.
And yeah, he uses the side switch. I love it.
I love that.
Go burnout. What's he going to do? Doesn't go for a can setup here.
He'll do it afterwards, after this wall bounce.
Yep, here we go.
Set up.
Can. Oh! Oh, and he got past the bomb. I thought the bomb would catch him.
No shot. You're going to build a level 3 in time.
Yep, just shy of that. The overhead, he's got it. No, he dropped the level 3.
No.
He dropped the level 3.
He had to look again. You know what's crazy about that is I totally understand if you didn't want to go for it, maybe like a level 1 or a level 2 because of the minimum damage scaling, you would have killed, right?
Right. But
well, I mean, did he have a spray can actually left? No, huh?
I think he might have had one, but again.
Oh, he does have one. You're right.
Remember when I was saying the ability to link into the super is so nice? She doesn't really have a choice but to go into the level 3 in that situation.
That's fair.
Ooh, but look at this, a perfect. Yeah, Jan, not going to let that mistake pull him down, drag him down. Here we go. Final round, final game. Book with a great start here, all the way to the corner with the Tatsu. And Kim has a hard time fighting her way out of the corner. Oh no, the shimmy, the defensive shimmy. Gonna go for the level 3, gonna give him some time to build back a little bit of that drive gauge.
Yeah, and Book is totally comfortable playing at that pace too, if need be. He's been very aggressive when it came to these moments, but is he gonna chill? He sure is. Yeah, he's backing off.
Oh, what a jump timing
no.
by Jan. And yeah, look at this corner carry into the level 3. This is gonna hurt a lot and freeze Book's drive gauge. Oh, got the hit. No, that's
I don't know what that was.
No, he was just trying to go for it, but when you get hit by the strong fierce, it pops you up into the air. He was hoping he was going to block the strong fierce, and so that he would be able to drive impact, but if you get hit by it, then the drive impact just whiffs, and it's punishable like that. And unfortunate for Jan, he did not block confirm that situation, and Book is going to end up taking it over Jan in a nail biter there. But really well played by Jan. I was so impressed by a lot of the things that he was doing here. And again, it's like I said, one of the greatest strengths of this character is when she gets you in the corner, it's so easy for it just to snowball. I mean, he had 2 perfects in this game, in this match.
Indeed, yeah. And we talked about just the resource management, right? Book doesn't have to worry about it as much in comparison to a character like Kimberly.
Yeah.
Right? I think that's one of the big tail of the tapes here in regards to the damage output and the resource pumped out for those bits of damage.
Oh, the trade combo was so sick.
It was so good looking as well. But Jan, again, there were so many moments where he could have had it. I think this is definitely one of those moments, right? Boom.
Oh, I don't know what happened there.
You had to link it into level 3, actually.
Yeah, just cancel into level 3. I mean, the interesting thing is, I mean, it's easy to do when you do the 2, fireballs really, back to back, blend the fireball inputs together. But in that particular one, you have to do it so fast that if you do it a little too slow, it doesn't come out. I actually pump the full double most of the time.
I do it too.
Yeah,
in most cases now, because I don't just do the overlapping thing anymore.
Yeah.
It's not as effective for me because of certain inputs or certain moves that are tied behind like that input. Right.
Yeah.
It's a very, very funky way of doing it. But either way, he books himself into the second round of loser side. IamChuan now versus BudgetXian. This is sick.
My hopes of having Xian versus BudgetXian still alive here. But IamChuan, remember, he did bust out the modern Chun-Li in the earlier set. Did not have the success. Wait, who did IamChuan lose to again?
To HoroShow, the jury player from the Philippines.
That's right, because I was trying to think, did he lose the Xian? Is he going to lose the Xian and then BudgetXian? No, but that's not happening over here. IamChuan losing to HoroShow and now going up against BudgetXian. So are we going to see the classic or the modern Chun-Li? And, I got to tell you, those players like Shuto who can switch between modern and classic at a moment's notice is like one of the most impressive things to me, because how do you switch your muscle memory like that?
I don't know. And I actually want to know what their button layout is.
Yeah.
For modern. I know Shuto has like showcased it on his stream like a bunch of times over. I think that's like in the very beginning of it, but he doesn't do it as often anymore. So it's really curious to see. I want to know like what everybody's like modern scheme is. Like what's the play here? What's the most convenient way of rocking it down? Don't tell me extra buttons. I'll believe it. I will believe it. Here we go. Chun versus DJ. I think Chun does pretty well, actually, in this matchup, in my opinion. She does a great job of hanging around the edges of the single hits that DJ can hit you with, and also stop the drive rushes pretty potently. But more importantly, too, I think her way around fireballs is pretty good. Even preemptively.
Yeah, even if they don't throw the fireball. Yep. Oh, well, there you go. Thank you again for having the players showcase exactly what you're talking about right there.
Perfect.
But again, these are the 2 characters that I feel like have been on the biggest uptick in the past couple of months, right?
Oh, their stonks are rising.
Yeah, exactly. So we are seeing a lot more Chun-Lis, a lot more DJs now. Empty jump into the low. Oh, okay. Fake to meaty right there. Fake to frame kill meaty.
And he got himself out of burnout out of the entire offensive sequence he was laying down against Chuan. Ooh. Do it again, Xian! I see you! The spirit of Xian lives within him.
And I mean, this is a character, I was talking to Rob about this, but this is a character that Ending Walker has started picking up recently. And apparently Ending Walker is really big on, just cool back to back, just cool kind of play, It's so scary to fight against.
It really is, too. It's a nice sequence.
What a reset.
Way to tuck that in there. I do like him sneaking into drive impact, considering BudgetXian was in full resource at the time with level 3 still.
Yeah, and it led right into the burnout, too, so that was really smart. Oh! I don't know if that's exactly what IamChuan played it out in his head, but it worked.
Absolutely will take that.
Oh boy, yeah. You do the lock speed just to punish that fake fireball right at the start.
Red hot.
I like how he just like does
the sway.
Yeah, the sway.
Little mini Dempsey roll.
Yeah. Oh. All right, so good start here for
Look
Budget
at the amount of chip damage it does to the drive gauge too.
Yeah, and obviously you saw the walk back up kick, so yeah, of course, IamChuan, in case you guys didn't notice, is rocking that modern Chun-Li again.
He could do that in Classic. OD Tensho, get off me, what a time to gamble. Oh, that's it, level 3?
No, just
level
a
1.
level 1. Interesting. So saving it for level. Oh, what a read! He's like, I've seen you do this before a couple of times already to punish my fireball. Yeah. I am just gonna throw out this drive impact and peace out, using it old school Street Fighter 4 focus attack style there.
I thought it would be a level 3 to kind of regain your meter and also chill. Genuinely.
Or maybe even a level 2 to try to get that corner carry.
While maintaining your invincibility with 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Or the threat of invincibility, excuse me. Punish counter, still within range for the crouching medium. Here comes the party.
Because a lot of characters in this game, their level 2s aren't necessarily the most useful thing, but Chun-Li's level 2 is actually like one of the biggest exceptions. Her level 2 is just such a good utility because it gives you so many choices and options. Nice with punish. Oh, he drops it.
Oh, you can recover in time. Yes, sir. The drive impact right back from Chuan. Woo. Hanging out, staying alive. 2 bars to his name as well.
Yeah. Unfortunately, if you're trying to drive impact Chun-Li Sazanchu, it is more of a prediction thing than a reaction thing. Because if you react too late, that's exactly what can happen. Ooh, you perfect parry the just cool. And keep in mind, you can delay the just cool. You have like a 12-frame window to activate it once you sway back.
Again?
Ooh, nice. So yeah, basically, I was just trying to say, like, perfect parrying the just cool low is hard. With that much variance possibly in there.
Oh, punish that!
Ooh, what a whip punish. Now level 2, no. Still saving that meter. Chuan does not like spending that meter. And that's going to be a problem now because he's going to get hit by this and burned out.
The one time you got to splurge on your meter, man. There's no way you could save it for the next round.
But you got to remember, this guy's on modern, so you're not just going to go and throw out a drive impact.
You are going to throw out a bad fireball, though. And BudgetXian takes full advantage of that going into the next one. But Chuan still in a very advantageous position with a level 3 ahead of him. I think any sort of hit will lead to that damage. He needs to let it rip. It's got to be here. It has to.
No, he still just goes for the spinning bird kick. That's it. He's just so interested in that corner carry. He's been sitting on that meter for quite some time.
Forever.
I don't know what he's hoping for right now.
He had the hit. He had the combo starter. That is like the combo exhibition starter, like jump round.
Right, yeah.
Come on, man.
That's like one of those two-touch kill, Twitter clips that you see all the time that makes...
And we go on.
Oh, no, a drop combo! Okay, now...
You have to spend it. Maybe not. Okay, boy, that situation, I get why you did it.
Okay.
Oh, boy. Are you gonna drop it? No, you're gonna go for the side.
Yeah, of course.
And the
burnout. But
okay.
And that should kill.
100% should kill.
Wait. Did he do it modern or did he do it classic?
He did it with modern.
He did it with modern.
No shot.
Yeah, so remember, you can do the supers with the classic motion and get full damage off of it, but if you use the modern input, you get the 80% output, and he definitely did it with the modern output, with the modern input, sorry.
But he got modern output damage, is what it was. That was real dicey. BudgetXian, 2-0, well-deserved for maintaining his determination into being the BudgetXian.
Yeah.
Living up to the name as the other DJ player. But Chuan, man, some really, really critical errors, I think. Just holding on to the bar for no real reason, in my opinion. Again, my opinions don't really matter much if I'm not on that stage. But with Chuan, a big opener with a jump roundhouse not leading into a level 3, that's substantial.
And even if you weren't going to spend them, like you don't want to spend the full level 3, we were just, we've been talking about how strong the level 2 is in terms of corner carrying and setting up safe jumps and, just having these crazy mix-ups like the safe jump stomp into the head, the jumping roundhouse.
The whole corner carrying situation that you can get off of a level 2 is fine, right? You can even spend that and maintain your level 1. It would have been just fine. But Chuan, again, And there were a couple of good looks in terms of the reactions too. Ready for what happens after a Hazanchu is blocked and impacted. That could have been level 2, right? That could have easily gone to the corner. And obviously, this was a good look. I think him reacting to the OD Fireball was great, but with Modern, not the same type of output he was looking for. It's BudgetXian moving on and eliminating Chuan. Really unfortunate circumstance, 0-2.
Yeah, so unfortunately, that means that IamChuan is out of the tournament. I'm sure he'll look at that again and just be like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't, maybe I shouldn't try to be so stingy with that meter. Those resources are there. It's there for you to build back up again, especially if you build a level 2. You can get another level 2 a lot of times. It's hard to get 2 level 3s in one match. But
much harder than 2 level 2s for
yes,
sure.
Exactly. So, well, so BudgetXian moving on, of course, and you're seeing a lot of these strong players. We talked about SKZ a little bit earlier over here. SKZ, showcasing his talent on Street Fighter League. And I think you know a little bit about Street Fighter League, Jeremy, but
a little bit,
yeah. And shout outs to Capcom, of course, listening to a lot of the fans out there. It has the new time slot, which is at 4 p.m. on Wednesdays. Now, obviously, they didn't have this last weekend because they allowed us all to celebrate, the holidays. And I hope everybody out there has had great times with Thanksgiving, Friendsgiving, if you're in the States, of course.
Oh, this one, by the way, is the one to watch. Just a little bit of a hint. Every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific time, I kid you not, this is going to be electric, just based off of the team matches that are going to be happening. Be real closely tuned to the Twitter account, by the way, as to who's playing off against who, as well as the highlights that come out of it. I guarantee you, I'm not just propping it up just because I'm a part of the show. I guarantee you this is going to be sick.
I thought these were all live, weren't they?
It's always going to be sick, James. That's what it is. That's exactly. It only gets better. That's my tagline. But I'll tell you what,
find
man.
me better anyways, yeah.
Here's another one. Carne Asada back on the grill for a limited time. Boom. That's a headliner for sure. With Chipotle joining hands with Capcom during the first year of Street Fighter 6 was an absolute pleasure, and they're continuing to do so. It's been so fun to see all the burritos roam around in the Battle Hub, but more importantly, being able to experience all of the carne asada yet again. It's been a really nice part of my day to grab a burrito bowl just like the one you see on your screen with the tender cuts of steak, lime, and cilantro, as well as those signature spices. Head on over to your local Chipotle if and when you can, as it's only for a limited time. Grab some of the carne asada currently available. But again, big shout outs to them taking the venture to join hands with Capcom and also throw down with all of the different costumes that they've been very creative with, and just overall the support with the events that they've thrown down to support some of the players to go into EVO really early on. Right? I thought that was amazing, right? It wasn't just one of those things where they're slapping themselves onto any of our ads or just putting out costumes. They've backed the community so well in bringing some of the players out to one of the biggest events, if not the biggest, for the fighting game community. So big shout outs to Chipotle for doing it right by the community.
Yep, absolutely. And don't forget, too, if you want to have a little bit fun, we talked about the Bucklers Boot Camp a little bit earlier. If you want to take a break from the game, you can also play Pockest, which is the mini game in which you develop a character. As you can see, the little Ryu on your screen, but by training cute dot characters. The service is based on the motto, praise and develop, which is the intention of Buckler's president. Feel free to register as a member, and let's work up a good sweat together. I hope there's a Ken. There is a Ken.
There is a Ken there. There's a Chun-Li as well.
Can the Ken learn the Tetsuja Naicha?
I think so. You know what's really funny? I try to keep it as true to lore as possible. So you know the clean button on the top right? If you kind of don't keep up, don't maintain your character, there's a little bit of trash that piles around them. So I picked Ken, right? And I intentionally made sure not to clean it up. I'm like, there we go. This is canonically correct, right?
Yo.
This is exactly what I want in my pockets. Shout outs to also SuperYan for this one, also posting a bunch of cute pictures of their nice pockets characters. It's really, really funny. But it's a nice little tidbit away from the game. I don't know if it really adds on to lore, but you can make the most of it. It's really, really cool, really, really fun. Be sure to enjoy it all, which you can be doing. Also, if you're taking a break from Street Fighter 6, which we will be doing here for the Southeast Asia region, we're trying to find our top 8 qualifiers that move on into tomorrow's tournament. We're going to get into that real soon, as we only have 3 more matches remaining from the loser side. So don't miss it. Come back with more more drinks and snacks on the way through. My brain is foggy at whatever time it is in the morning. I'll catch you guys on the other side of this break. We have more of our qualifier for Southeast Asia. Stay tuned.
Chipotle's carne asada is back. It's our most tender cuts of steak, grilled and seasoned with cumin, oregano, and coriander. Finished with fresh lime and hand-chopped cilantro. Carne asada. This is our best steak ever.
Let's get this mission started.
He is your 2018
We got more Street Fighter League. I know you can smell the tension in the air.
We back in the field, back. We ready, it's time.
Ooh, punish counter.
Inside of the huddle, you know that I grind. A dangerous smile, a weapon of choice from pushing the line.
Season after season, it's only gotten better.
Big Bird in trouble.
My end game is number one. Bet it all, give me my cash. Some pink game can't stop it. Take off like a rocket. Break it back, don't bend mine. I'm the one now, you can't hide.
What an upset. What an upset.
Fight with all your heart. This is our moment.
Nobody saw this happening. I dare you to find me better Street Fighter.
It's time to rise. This is our moment. This is our time. The time is now. It's time to rise.
It's unprecedented and unpredictable. It only gets better.
Or nothing.
This is a different Chris CCH. I don't know who this young man is.
We ready whenever. The world is watching. The time is now. No other option. No other way. Play to win the way that we play.
My man looks so happy.
In front of the pack. Leading the way. It's time to reign.
Bird's momentum, his speed in general is so hard.
Into the bottom, ain't nothing to feel. We running the game.
MindRPG taking it down defensively and get the biggest sprint that we've seen thus far.
This is the hardest season of Street Fighter League ever.
Doing it for the time.
History in the making.
This is our moment. Yeah, this is our time.
This kid is ridiculous. This kid is ridiculous.
This is our moment. This is our time.
He gives a kiss to the audience. I love that.
With this thing, full fight. Execute. Audio.
You are your Street Fighter League US champions.
I present the Hunter from KunKhmer.
Show me my opponent. Wanna be great, I'm a legend in the making. And this is mine for the taking.
Cause I got what it takes to be on top. I'm number one cause I don't stop.
Hard gas, no brakes, high stakes.
I don't act tough till the tussle
Welcome back, everybody, to Capcom Pro Tour Online. We have 3 more matches left for the day to figure out who's going to be in the top 8, and that will take place tomorrow. We'll conclude tomorrow, and it will only be one of the 14 qualifiers in this next 3 days. And again, a lot of crazy stuff going on, but I keep mentioning it because you guys should be trying to keep track of this as well, because there's going to be we're going to find out so much about who is going to be competing at Capcom Cup this weekend.
No doubt. You get a glimpse of the world's competition in the span of a weekend. Also, we have some World Warrior qualifiers happening for Salt Mine League for their respective regions, throwing it down, I think, at this hour as well. But even more so, if you guys want to check out competition outside of the circuit, I always want to put some of these guys on because UFA is happening right now alongside with like Yipes.
That's right.
The guys over across the pond as well. I know Damascus is there. I know Tywin is there. Logan Sama is there, as well as some other commentators, just to say the rest of them. You know, I think overall, it's such a great time to check out all of the action. If you have the sleep schedule to do it, if not, don't worry about it. Check the VODs out because this is where it really, really becomes important to study up the meta, to see what's going to be happening towards Capcom Cup starting from now.
Yeah, and absolutely, support UFA. You guys were just in the Dominican Republic for Blink Respawn, which is one of the sickest things.
I love the Dominican Republic. These guys are amazing out there. Their passion and their energy for fighting games is through the roof.
It's unmatched. It's unparalleled.
It's literally unmatched.
Yeah, I mean, there's no exaggeration when we say that there's no region that has more energy and more. I mean,
more passion.
Like
more
you
passion,
saw what
footwork.
Kaba does whenever Amena Ardia plays. Now imagine a room full of Kabas. I mean that's
plus. It's Kaba plus is what it is. Yeah, it's crazy.
And so I mean, support your offlines. Honestly, UFA is happening this weekend, so let's all tune in and make sure we check them out as well.
Yeah. It's going to be a great time to check out that competition, as we mentioned, and it's a great time right now to tune into our last 3 matches of the day. Let's take a look at our bracket and see what we're looking at exactly with Yagami versus Bells coming up. Yagami, obviously the last remaining Kimberly player of the 2 that were here earlier, and Bells, man, I'm never going to get tired of seeing this combination of both Lily and Manon potentially from Bells. I wonder if he will pull out the Manon ever.
Right.
I feel like in the top 16 because you only get a 2 out of 3 shot. But then after that, you got MindRPG versus SKZ. Then you have, I believe it was, who was coming up? It was a Jinkouyuki versus Book towards the end of it.
Yeah, that's right. But I mean, again, like, how often have you seen this matchup here? Interestingly enough, Yagami does have a modern Kimberly listed, and I've never seen anyone go with a modern Kimberly. I'm really curious about that one. But Kimberly versus Lily, this is not a matchup that we see particularly often here, and
I don't see it ever. I'll be straight up with you. I'm not even gonna mask it by being a commentator and be like, yeah, I know this now. Like, I have not seen this matchup. I'll be straight up with you guys.
Yeah, I mean, look, if I was gonna be honest with you, I feel like Kimberly, because her corner pressure is so strong, it really does cause Lily a lot of problems because, in particular, Lily's ODDP is throw invul, but not strike invul. And so Kimberly can kind of just go with the strike invul pressure in the corner.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Her ODDP is not strike invul?
No, it's not. It's just throw invul and that's it.
That's crazy. You know what also is crazy? It becomes the fastest reversal, OD reversal, if it has the Windcloud Spire.
Oh.
It becomes from a whatever frame it is to a 4-framer.
Oh, dang. Okay. That I did not know. But yeah, I mean, so Kimberly, she has like a lot of times when Kimberly gets the knockdown, she wants to go for all those spray cam pressure.
She really doesn't have striking vulnerability?
You know what?
That drives me crazy.
I'm gonna have to check with when it has the Windclad. I'll have to double check.
I'll check it out.
Yeah,
I'll definitely check it out.
But I know
I'm just bad then. Like I know when I play against Lily players, I'm respecting the heck out of it. I'm like, man, I'm just bad, huh? Jammers, where you at? Yo, let us know. I know Jammers. F-word actually. F-word plays Lily. Let us know. Mike Ross. Yeah, I know you're watching, Mike. You let us know. Maybe if you're not playing another game, let us know if we're crazy because I did not know about that fact.
Yeah. So it's one of the situations that makes Lily have a lot of trouble in the corner. It's easy to pressure her in that situation. She doesn't have the get off me kind of move that other characters need. And so
Kim doesn't even have that either.
Don't remind me.
Oh, sorry.
Don't. Yeah, you see her shaking her head there. That's how I'm feeling about that right now too. So here we go.
That's actually kind of funny. While you commentate this match, I'm gonna look at my frame data real quick.
Fair enough. But yeah, so I mean, obviously this is predicated on whether or not Yagami can get Lily into the corner. And one of the nice things about Lily is that she does have a lot of range on her normals.
Oh, here we go. Big damage here. And just going to go for the air command throw juggle there.
Huh. Not strike invincible at all.
Serious? He just did the Tiger Knee air Tatsu to blow up a throw.
I like that a lot, actually. One of the other characters that can traverse past it, but it's actually a little bit tricky to do so, I feel like, because that air could be huge. Yeah, it should be more than enough. Spend it all. Yagami.
All that, yeah.
Looking
all
real
that
clean.
meter.
And you were right. Yeah, Bells with Lily, even with the Spire OD version uppercut, not invincible at all, but safe jumps do not work on this character if she has it.
Yes, yeah. 4-frame DP is really nice to have right there. Oh, she went with a heavy kick. She might have actually been able to punish that in time. And that's fine with the anti-air trade, but you just got back thrown in the corner.
Oh, you tried to throw, and I love that escape option again. Even if it's not instant Tatsu, still the jump elbow is a great tool to blow up a lot of these throws. With very little risk behind it as well.
And now, what? Okay, still air invul though. Oh, that's too far, but did not punish in time.
But she's got some really slow normals as well, right?
Yeah.
Even if she were within the range for any like the punch buttons, I don't think it would have led to much.
And interesting, you don't see a lot of Kims use the can for neutral, but it's still an option, which I think is a little underexplored for Kimbo's players. Oh
No
my
way.
goodness, this is gonna be a critical art. This is gonna hurt a lot, but just gonna be shy of the kill? Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, just shy. But Burnout, no meter to your name, that's fine. Yeah, Bells was going to keep the lockdown hit and good spatial awareness after the critical art. I think it's really important to learn your character and figure out what you can do after a level 3 or critical art lands.
Make sure you know what your set play is after those canned knockdown situations. Nice drive rush in the throw. All right. Oh, okay. Just goes for nothing right there, but Bells didn't jump back, but throw loop. Oh, went for the throw loop. I mean, the ODDP would have worked.
At 6 frames, too?
Oh,
yeah, that's also rough. Really rough shot. Bells sticking it out with the Lily. No switch to Manon.
Yeah, but again, having the ODDP just means that you know if they go for the attack or the throw, you win. When you have to have, a guess on half of it, I mean,
agreed.
You could backdash to beat the throws or jump or something, So it's a similar kind of situation, not having a move that does both. Oh, what a whip punish! That was nice. Oh yeah, you still
Hold
gotta
on
do
to
what you
it.
can. Good tech, good tech.
Nice work. Very consistent with the anti-airs, using the uppercut. That trade could have been everything if it wasn't a sweep.
Oh, the classic. You think you can walk under her, then the elbow comes up. I mean, honestly, Kimberly, that down elbow, we talked about the Xian earlier. It's the same principle on that
She's
one.
living. Not so much. Never mind. But yeah, no, I agree. I totally agree. Yagami also utilizing that level 2 towards the very end of it, leaving in a very difficult position. Again, Bells stuck in a lot of the strike throw mix-ups.
Nice check.
Big interruption.
All right, just goes for the safe jump setup after that. Yeah, nice entry jump just to block so he doesn't get landing punished. And good block on that overhead and a beautiful back throw now. So here we go. Bells with an opportunity, trying to take advantage of the range that Lily has. Just like that. What a check. That was so good.
Gotta guess again.
Oh.
Again, you're seeing Yagami choose movement as an option on defense and now gets blown up, parrying once, letting it go too early.
Level 1, is that going to be enough to kill? That's probably going to be just shy. Yeah, it's got to be enough. Oh, you block the overhead. Good block. Again, double overheads and then checks with the light kick.
I didn't even know she had enough time to do so because she was in burnout, right? I didn't see the sequence exactly prior from Yagami. I thought it would have been maybe an opportunity for her to frame trap, but I guess not.
Okay, good patience that time. Didn't get baited by the walk forward from that jump elbow. So good awareness right there. But now you're in the corner. This is dangerous. You gotta get out of this corner situation because Kimberly in the corner is just a terror. Oh, what?
I don't know what that was from Yagami.
Yeah, not sure what happened there. The reactions with the ODDP. Bells ties it up 1-1.
And the damage on that bad boy, too. You see the third hit. It was just 1, 2 little tidbits of damage. And the final part of it, explosive damage.
All right. And again, taking advantage of the normal range, just like this.
Good confirms, too, off of the crouching heavy punch.
Yeah, it's one of the things that makes this fight. You see right there, you're so scared of the range that when she got the drive rush crouching straw, she was too far away for anything else to hit. Oh, what a perfect parry. Nice.
Do it again. Oh my God! The clubs went right through the body. Pure invincibility things.
Spins the last can because the super would cost 1. Yeah, you gotta watch out. The spray can's still there.
Look for the hard knockdown though. With the fierce.
That's right. What? He just missed with the drive rush attack and got thrown? How does that even happen? Like, my brain can't process that logically.
I thought you were going to be within range for that standing medium punch. Maybe a standing medium kick would have for sure reached
Right,
that. Or even low medium kick as well.
Oh boy, here comes Bells. Look at this. Remember how good his mix-ups were in the previous one. I like that drive reversal right there just to kind of get him off of her.
Oh, yeah. What a gamble. Now in burnout.
Oh, that's a problem. But, you know, he's got such a life lead now. Doesn't have any win stocks built up yet. He's trying to find the opportunity, but Kim can just run slide any time. So it's a little bit dangerous to go. Oh, he wasn't ready. Okay. You can still jump.
Yeah, you definitely can. Oh, you can set up for a burnout. Or sorry, for a drive impact.
Yeah, there it is. And can Yagami kill here? Yep. That medium one. Perfect. There you go.
That was scary. Did you see the animation where she was about to like buckle to her knees?
Right.
I was actually very scared about the timing from Yagami.
No. But it still get it. And now here we are. Final game, final round. Empty
You
teleport.
are sneaky, my man. It was drive rush nothing into OD teleport. That was actually kind of slick.
Into empty low. And look at that right there. 40% gone. And again, the OD teleport coming in and doing work. Okay, the TP finding its mark here. Can Bells mount this comeback? He wants to get Yagami burned out, and that's why you see Yagami is just chilling.
Chasing him down. No bite on either of the baits. Command grab is there as well. Close to burnout.
Yeah, still close to burnout. Just shy. That'll do it. No, that'll do it right there. The
oh,
drive
the
reversal.
backdash. Don't get command grab. He's waiting there patiently. Nice defense from Yagami up until this point.
Oh.
A time to check. Jump back jab.
Check that. Oh, what? You just went for that, and that was enough to kill. Yagami is going to survive by the skin of his teeth in that scrambling situation. And Bells is going to go out of the tournament. So while we get to maintain at least one Kimberly here, we've lost our Lily player, unfortunately, as Bells goes out after an impressive round 1 play from Bells' Lily.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Bells had such a great time adapting to a lot of the pressure that had happened earlier on the set. I think he just kind of lost his nerve when it came to some of the scramble situations towards the end. Some of the more unorthodox approaches, I should say, from Yagami's offense. But I think her maintenance, or sorry, her control in the corner from Bells was something that really needed to stand out too. And the overall pressure, right? We talked about the mix and the layers that Lily can start off with, but one bad call from a level 3 is also what put him in a dire situation, despite being at such a high, high life lead, really. But Yagami, as soon as he jumped that level 3, he already knew what time it was, right? While still in burnout, it's like, I just need to land another sequence to force this drive impact into her grill for the big stun. And that's exactly what Yagami did, and played it perfectly, I think, towards the end.
Yeah, and his reward is going up against BudgetXian. Of course, we'll be seeing that match tomorrow, but that's going to be a Kimberly DJ match. So shout outs to Yagami here. Again, Singapore, already 3 representatives in the winner side of top 8. So already officially they've got half the players represented in this bracket. Right. We still have SKZ who has a chance to try to make it more than 50%, but he's got a lot of players to, well, he's got MindRPG to go through. So it's definitely not going to be an easy match.
And I think there's only one Luke representative, and that is MindRPG, where on the other hand, you have, at least 2 Cammy players coming in, one on the winner's side and SKZ looking to clean up the rest of the loser side still. But this is also going to be a really tough one. I think Luke does a pretty decent job contending against the things that Cammy wants to do, even though I will say, like, Cammy does a great job against fireballs. I think reacting to Luke's Sandblast is very difficult.
Oh, yeah. That Sandblaster is just such a different beast when it comes to fireballs. I mean, it's like, I can't react to that. I mean, because to be honest with you, it's not just that I can't react to it, but the startup of it is very subtle, right? You know, I mean, when you see like a Hadouken, it's like you kind of see this like a little bit of a flourish, but when Luke does the Sandblaster, it's just kind of
looks like a punch. It looks like either like a. I know jab is like more of like outward facing. His medium punch is kind of like very similar as well. Like we're just doing that. But you know what really kind of blew my mind is like how much I appreciate the back medium punch not being in this game, because that also looked like the startup of like a sandblast as well.
Oh, right. Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Great work.
Okay.
Great work.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, it's a difficult fireball. It's a difficult fireball to get around. Honestly,
Truly.
You know, with Cammy, she has spin knuckle. She's got OD drills. She's got jump dive kick. She's got all sorts of fun ways to get around projectiles. But like I was saying, Luke's projectile is a different story completely. So.
Yeah. And the damage output in comparison, right? We talk about Luke pretty often in the realm of Capcom Cup qualifiers. Luke's damage output is just tremendous, right? You're playing a little mini game of obviously getting the perfect flash knuckles, but it rewards you tremendously, right? The damage output is there. The corner carry is fascinating to me. You don't even need to go through the whole sequence. You could even drop it for a tackle into better Oki, but one big mistake already.
Yeah.
Do it again. I appreciate the school of thought behind it. SKZ, he's like, you know what? I think Mental Stack definitely is the game of choice. MindRPG.
I mean, MindRPG should change the name to MindRPS, because that's what he was trying to do there. He was playing some rock, paper, scissors mind games really badly there. Safe jump setup. It's so nice. And here we go. Corner pressure. Too far away for the crouching life punch to connect. And one of the biggest strengths of Cammy is that ODDP gets you right out of the corner. Oh, yeah. Cool. See, remember we talked about that. The book was having trouble with that throw into the DP OS.
Right. You can't do it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait, no, he had the level 3.
He had the level 3.
He could have done it.
Yeah, Luke players, when you throw out that heavy flash knuckle and you have a level 3, you should always be thinking about canceling that level 3 to stop the people.
Buffer it.
Yeah, because of that exact scenario right there.
Yeah, you still have yourself at a cancelable state, right? Towards like what, the midway through of it. Like, I mean, that's something that's happened, that's developed pretty early on. I feel like with MindRPG, if I were to look at his input, I bet you he just missed it.
Yeah. One of the interesting, actually tested, you can't cancel the first hit early enough. It's only the second hit in level 3. It's really bizarre. I don't know why. Oh, perfect parry. Beautiful. Interrupts that offense. And dude, did he just do the no shimmy?
That's exactly what it was. Good spacing and good awareness too from SKZ, laying that trap out perfectly against MindRPG. Sitting out and squatting too. Like you would think,
gross.
you would actually think maybe her hurtbox is a little bit expanded outward because she's crouching, right? So you'd be within range. But SKZ making it even more tantalizing. But now MindRPG trying to find an opening to neutral jump for what? To bait out maybe the spin knuckle. Hello.
Oh boy, here we go. Throw loops in the corner for Cammy. Yep, there's 3 right there. Oh, and then the 4th one finds its mark into the level 3, and SKZ is going to speed run through this match. I mean, I felt like we just started talking about it. And SKZ 2-0 over MindRPG 4 rounds straight. Just basically running through him, and now no more Lukes in the tournament. So we're down to 1 Ken, no JPs, and 1 Ken. We've just got 1 Ken left in this tournament, the top 3 that everybody's been talking about. And now who's everybody talking about? DJ. How many DJs do we have here? We got 2 DJs.
We got 2 DJs.
We got Xian
from the same person.
Yeah, exactly.
From the same person. He entered twice.
Xian and BudgetXian. Oh, man.
But all jokes aside, I mean, SKZ, his performance was phenomenal. To be fair, MindRPG kind of threw himself in the gutter with the back-to-back OD uppercuts. But taking a look at the sequencing afterwards, right, from SKZ, he's kept himself very meticulously ready for, like, any sort of options, whether it's a jump out option, whether it's a counter poke option. Look at this. Boom. We talked about that earlier. The shimmy is there, and also him kind of like ducking down. We didn't get to see it a little bit earlier, but him like ducking down right in front of MindRPG, perfectly spaced after that sequencing. Really, really well played. I'm actually a big fan of that.
And again, that sequence where, he did bait out the 2 ODDPs in a row. I just have to point out again, the cries of Cammy doing no damage early on, and she was like, "Nope, gonna kill you in 2 combos here."
I don't know about all that.
Oh man.
Well, okay. Well, I think it's fair. I think her initial outburst of damage isn't really like the greatest. She has to spend that drive gauge, but she built it back so easily anyway.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I will 100% admit, I was one of those people who was like, oh, but Cammy doesn't get much damage.
I agree to that, yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, I'm not making fun of the people who said that. Well, I am, but that means I'm making fun of myself, too. So, you know, I'm included.
That's me.
In that. Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes in life, you got to learn to make fun of yourself every so
Exactly.
often. But we got ourselves the final match to conclude our top 8. Who will be the winner between Jinkouyuki and Book? We talked about the final Ken player remaining in our bracket. That is Book. However, we also have a Guile player that could have taken it down against Xian off of a mistimed boom. Very, very impressive play so far from Jinko. And we talked about it. Now he had the most time in the world to sit back, relax, and check out what needs to be done between his two potential opponents. It's his time now, I feel like, to clean up that Guile. Whereas Book, he's been doing pretty damn well for himself.
Yeah, and one of the interesting things too is that, you know, as I went through like a lot of the results and such from a lot of the events to see the character usage, a lot of people have been interested in like why Guile hasn't been performing as strongly. And I really do feel like it's because there's a lot of JPs out there, you know, that is not a fun matchup. Obviously, well, if you're like Knuckle Dew level, you can get to the point where you can beat
Knuckle
JPs.
Dew, Kaba, Higuchi,
Yeah, exactly.
Brian D, Akainu as well.
One of the funniest things though was that, remember how I mentioned there was no JP in the top 32 of Singapore? Guile's actually flourished in that tournament.
Yeah, they definitely did.
I'm sorry, in the France tournament. Did I say Singapore? I meant the France tournament. Yeah, but it's interesting. So when the JPs were away, the Guiles will play basically.
That's what it felt. That's what it felt like, right? It's so funny because he has such a simple strategy, but it's just so effective at most levels. Right. I mean, like, more importantly, at the lower levels for sure, like you have so much anxiety trying to deal with sonic booms and different types of sonic booms as well. But once you get familiar with it, it becomes a more intricate system of checks and balances between the spacing. Right. You've talked about this plenty of times over. If there's certain spaces where he's throwing booms at, he's at an advantage to maintain his charge and also anti-air you effectively. Whereas if he's closer, then you have to worry about the normals that get pursued afterwards. Right. So that little back and forth game from Guile players, you love to really see those nuances once you fully understand it, instead of just taking it for face value. It's like, man, this guy's just throwing booms everywhere. I don't know what to do with it. Like,
I mean, funny thing is, like, that simple game plan, it's the same game plan he's had for like 30 years now. He's
got plus an extra a sonic blade now.
Oh, right. Yep, exactly.
And then he also has like the bootleg version of himself. He has the Rainbow Edition Solid Puncher, right? So that's pretty cool. It costs
and
bar,
he's even got a perfect sonic boom, which gives him one extra.
And a perfect flash kick.
That's right. That's right. Does he have a perfect flash kick?
He does have a perfect flash kick. I found that out through Xian. I was like, "What are you? Are you trolling me?" He's like, "No." I was like, "Oh, okay." A little bit of range on it, also more damage.
Whoa.
He has two different voice lines when he says, he goes somersault or flash kick.
How did I have never noticed this? Okay, well, you learn something new every day. This game is new, okay?
This game is sick, actually.
It's not even 6 months old yet. We're still learning things ourselves.
I'll let you do the talking for the first half of this. I'll look it up and I'll show it to you as we get into the match.
Yeah, but interestingly enough, you know, I'm so used to, you know, talking about the old school Guiles, you know, that, you know, I thought I could just Sonic Boom and Sobat my way to victory using Guile. Oh, wow, look at that.
Already into the burnout. Jinko actually spending his own for burnout, but this is way more advantageous for him. Yep, gets to spend the Sonic Blade and also force that jump against Book. I guess he didn't want to take the chip damage, but rather take flash kick damage instead.
Oh, he wasn't close enough. He wasn't close enough. It was the right read, but just this was a little too far. But yeah, like, one of the interesting things is, like I said, when I tried learning Guile a little bit, you know, and yeah, you can't just kind of Sonic Boom and Sobat and crouch and medium kick your way to victory, because, you know, you have to be a lot more careful. And obviously at higher levels, it's not as much of a problem, but he's very drive impactable too.
Yeah, that is fair. He is susceptible to that because of the single hits that he goes for. And speaking of drive impact, not maintaining the charge, that one was a special case. That was just Jinko actually not ready for the drive impact. He had OD.
Oh, yeah, that missed the whip 100.
What? Wrong.
Did he mean to do that?
Yes. I misspoke earlier about the flash kick, by the way. It's only extra damage, not extra range. My mistake.
Okay,
for some reason, I just lie about Guile's flash kick a lot. But no, the perfect flash kick does give you a little bit of extra damage.
Okay. Oof. There we go. Gonna be some good damage right here. Drive gauge not really much in play over here. Book still with half of his drive gauge. Oh, no anti-air, nothing from Book at all. And that is dangerous against a character with an OD
Oh,
flash.
no.
Boy. Look at his corner cap. Oh, he's
No,
going to go
he's
for
gonna
it.
go for the level 3 already.
Go for it, okay. He wants to put him in burnout and give himself a little bit of that drive gauge back.
Understandable. You want to prioritize the burnout, I guess. That's Book's mentality, because he's going to push him to the corner anyway, but
he said, you know what, if I'm going to burn out, I'm going to do it on my own terms right here. But now you're just going to get pushed into the wall, and Book should be able to finish this off. There you go.
yeah, the game of resource management at the very end, too. Not any, no real chances of survival unless Book really messed that up and just threw out a giant impact raw.
I mean, one of the things, it's interesting, hearing a lot of the opinions on there. Shout outs to Mr. Automatic, who's, one of the big scientists of this game. But he always talks about the drive gauge management being one of the most fascinating parts of this game. And yeah, I feel like maybe we're not quite there yet to the level that, we might get to in a few months.
In a few months. That's crazy how much the meta evolves.
Yeah, I mean, long time ago I would say in a few years, but now it's just months, right? Yeah. So, ooh, yeah, good read. That was going to be the heavy one, so that was going to make it so there was no gap.
Oh, and he's crouching? Oh. Light him up, uppercut, in position for the throw again.
Oh, what? Nice!
And it was a punish counter too. I thought it was going to be deep enough to just leave him at advantage instead.
Ooh, that was a flash kick. Yeah, absolutely. He was trying to go for that punish counter, crouching video kick, flash kick, link.
Jinx, you owe me a Red Bull. Got him.
I'll just grab one from the back right here, okay?
Damn, that's a dive kick if I ever seen it. Dive punch is what we should call it now.
Yeah, that jumping heavy punch from Ken is, he's always had a good jumping heavy punch.
He did,
Even in hyper fighting, when it was the same animation as Ryu's, it was better than Ryu's. Oh,
you know exactly what that was.
Oh no! Jinkouyuki missing some of these flash kicks. I mean, he's getting the imperfect flash kick.
Ooh. I love those punish counters, by the way, against the sweep.
Yeah.
Oh,
there has to be good reaction because that doesn't combo unless it's a counter hit. Oh boy.
Not dead yet, I don't think.
Is this gonna kill? Is this gonna kill? No!
You could set yourself up for a Sonic Boom, though. Yeah, about that. And that was a regular Sonic Boom.
Yeah.
That wasn't even perfect. That was light and a regular Sonic Boom. That was a Street Fighter 2 boom.
Yep. For first time in a while, neutral jumping over fireballs gets a little tricky sometimes in this game.
Yeah. I thought you'd be able to land in the middle and have it revolve around you, kind of. We've seen that happen a bunch of times over in previous games. It's just jumping right in the middle of it is fine.
Right, yeah. You land in it, it's on you, but it just passes through.
Exactly. Oh, punish counter is that?
Yeah. Oh, wow, what a quick reaction with that super. And yeah, that flash kick's going to connect, and he's trying to get Book burned out at this point, but Book.
You don't have drive impact anymore, but that's fine. E-bullet.
Himself out, but the problem is Jinkouyuki is going to get out of that, and now you put yourself in. Oh my gosh, Book is just jumping like a madman, but finally Jinkouyuki with the beautiful drive impact, and he's one round away from eliminating our last Ken / Luke / JP. Oh god,
that is a punish and a half. That just lets you know that's 8 frames.
8 frame crouching heavy punch.
Is it 8 or 7? I don't even remember.
Right? Yeah, it's going to be one of those two, but knowing Ken, it's probably 7. It's probably 8. It's probably 8. Oh boy. Here we go. Corner situation now. Book. Oh, the shimmy. And I'm surprised he didn't go for a level 1. But
he doesn't need to anymore. Do it again.
The reason why I thought he was going to go to level 1 because it would have burned him out in that situation off of the standing heavy punch.
Right.
But he just went for the drive impact anyway, so it still was able to get the win without having to take that or without having to spend that resource.
Not spending the resource at that moment too. We've seen him do that before. Oh, that could have been uppercut level 3. Drive reversal from Jinko. This is actually a huge moment to burn him out. You could have swept that, and no, he opts to go for the escape.
But he burned himself out doing it. He could have canceled in the level 3. He wasn't ready for it. He wasn't ready. Actually, can you cancel the first one in the level 3 or only the second?
The second one. But either way, the fact that the second one came out, it would have been able to get the level 3.
Right, now you're burnout here. Not as scary as JP when you're in burnout, but Guile can still be a problem. Fortunately for Book, Jinkouyuki doesn't have access to Solid Puncher at this point, and Book is still sitting on all these resources. He's finally back here. Now if he he tried to go for the link. Oh, what a reaction! But that level 3, that critical art is still just chilling there. It's scary. Oh, and now you're burned out.
Oh, you're chilling. If you're Book, you're chilling. Oh, you're not!
Oh, boy. What a timing to find that gap. This is not going to kill, but look at the damage this is going to cause.
Oh, you can chip. There's nothing left to Jinko's name. You could actually get the W. It's Book. Clutching it out, knowing full well Jinko is dried from the resources, no longer able to reversal. I love the decision for him to pursue offense. 1, right past the Sonic Blade. 2, immediately after the knockdown for a crouching medium punch drive impact. Genius play from Book.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you want, a guide right there in how to handle resource management, take a page from that book right there, because he has now put himself into the top 8 on the loser side, and has managed to keep the top tier hopes alive here in the top 8.
If it's one or the other, I mean, I'd much rather it be Ken than Guile, but that's just me on a personal level.
But Book was just on the verge of defeat. But I've always said one of the scariest things about Ken, and this is the most unscientific fact about Ken that makes him strong, but I just feel like Ken has the way to win. Like when he needs to win.
He read Daigo's book.
Yeah.
He's got the will to win.
To win, exactly. And he was so smart here, realizing with that 0 meter, no drive gauge, nothing you can do is to escape that situation right there. Yeah. Actually, that was drive rush low strong. So that was GG's right there.
You're keeping it down pat. You're keeping it nice and tight too. So Book actually making a great read against Jinko, erroneously throwing out the Sonic Blade. The first time he actually didn't get punished for throwing it out right in front of Book, and Book opted to go for the side switch, right? The Odi Tatsu. This time Book, he's like, you know what? I'm not gonna let you get away with it. From full screen, I'm going to run at you and DP into level 3. Who would have thunk it? Only Book. And that rounds out our top 8. SKZ gonna face off against Book, as well as BudgetXian facing off against Yagami.
Just a little side thing that I wanted to mention, the reason why I pointed out the drive rush thing, just so you guys know, mediums into drive impacts, even when you're burned out, typically are throwable. There's like a gap in there. If they're close enough, you still have that chance. Heavies into drive impacts, you're done. You're
smoked,
done. There's nothing you can do, but that was a drive rush low strong, which added that 4
extra
frames in there, so there was really nothing he can do in there. So
really good call out. Really good call out for sure. Again, we've concluded our top 16. Man, what a banger of a series. I was actually coming into this really sleepy, but now I'm not going to sleep. In fact, I'm going to go home and play Street Fighter 6 for a very, very long time. In the meantime, for those of you at home not playing the game right now, highly encourage you guys to pick it up because there is a discount, 34% off, just in case you didn't know. We saw that little bit in the lower thirds. I don't know if it's going to pop up again, but it's going to be fine. Again, we've narrowed it down to our top 8, which we will talk about in just a little bit. There it is. To buy the game, visit capcom.us/SF6. But I also want you guys to do another thing on the internet, CapcomProTour.com. I need you guys to check that out and figure out when your registration is coming up for your respective regions. Again, we had all of the registration open for every single event already. It's just up to you to sign up. Japan's coming up real soon.
Ooh, boy. That's going to be next week, and that's going to be a good one. I'm excited for that one. Obviously, we're going to find out the fate of so many players like Tokido and Daigo and such,
Bon-chan as well, yeah.
Obviously, Fudo's made it. Yeah, Kakeru.
And Yamaguchi as well. Maybe we'll get another DJ from Japan.
Dude, they have 530 plus entrants, we've just been told.
Oh my God.
That is going to be such a bloodbath. Holy moly.
I don't feel bad to the person that needs to commentate that because that's going to be a lot of players to go through. Wait, am I doing that? Wait. I gotta check that. Anyways. Wait, am I?
I think we're both back next weekend.
Oh, jinxed it. All right, well, the registration period is currently up also for France, Spain, and Portugal, which is something you need to take advantage of as well. And then we have UK/Ireland towards the end. That's actually prime time. I love that. It's going to be a very exciting time to keep up with all of the tournament schedules going on. But in case you missed it, again, CapcomProTour.com is where you need to sign up.
Yeah, exactly. And, as I mentioned, it's not just this Southeast Asia that we're going to find out that's going to qualify this weekend. This weekend, like I said, there's 13 World Warrior events that are going to be concluded. There was always 5 weeks of earning points, and then the top 8 players go and fight it out in a top 8 bracket with 4 of them starting in losers and 4 of them starting in winners. Another probably about 10 more, I think, are going to conclude because we've already had 3 of them, I think, conclude earlier.
We have some happening this weekend as well.
Yeah, so
again, Salt Mine League.
And then again, even after Sunday, on Monday, I believe Mexico has one, and then on Tuesday, I think another location has one. There's so many places out there, but keep an eye out for all the results on there on social media. And again, shout outs to all the few people out there who are putting together the spreadsheets to keep track of everything. I think the other one was Incross, I think it was.
It was Incross.
Yeah, it was Incross.
Incross has been putting it down as well.
Yeah.
So again, be sure to stay tuned to the streets, really. Stay tuned to social media for some of those links. I'll be retweeting that as well. James Chen has probably retweeted that already. But yeah, the best way to kind of put it all together, obviously, is over at the Capcom Pro Tour site to maintain your favorite players and how they're doing in their progression, right? Now,
for that $1 million.
It's actually insane in the best way possible.
I still love Reynolds' interview in Street Fighter League. What made you start playing Street Fighter 6? There's $1 million.
Yeah, he's a man of surprisingly he's a man of few words, but when he does talk, it's very impactful.
He's like Silent Bob, basically.
Essentially,
Yeah.
well,
yeah.
he's giggly Bob because he'll definitely he will laugh at you so much. He's
Fair
like
enough.
the hyena of the pack. But as much as we like to talk about more of the players from that region, I mean, we got to talk about this region as well. As we've wrapped up our top 8, but we still have to unwrap our top 8 to let you know what's going on for tomorrow in our Chipotle Unwrapped segment. So again, be sure to stay tuned because we have so much more to go through, some of our predicaments and also some of our favorite moments going into our brackets. In case you had missed it, check out the VOD, but also if you don't want a spoiler, we totally understand it. In the meantime, get yourself ready for Chipotle Unwrapped right after this.
You're really making all of this by hand.
Oh yeah, the avocados are hand mashed, the chips are hand tossed, and everything is made fresh.
You make it fresh every day.
Yes, every day. The Chipotle way is we make it fresh every day.
Sounds delicious.
Street Fighter 6.
Fighting is an art. And this is our canvas. Here, we flex our style, our passion, our creativity, our skills. We come here to break rules, to bend minds, to change the game. This is where we make an impression. This is where we make our masterpiece.
Street Fighter 6.
Available now.
Objection!
Try to stop me, then you gon' pay the price. All them late nights finally paid nights. Awaken my dreams, but you could call me the greatest of all time.
Yeah, I'm focused. You know how bad I want this. I'm giving it my all. Never fall. This moment is golden. I control it. All eyes on me. I see I'm watching. Once I'm locked in, ain't no way that I'm stopping. Clocked in. It's time to put in work. Go berserk. I'm in my zone until I'm first. Believe me when I say nobody can see me. This a product of hustle. I just make it look easy. Non-stop. You ready or not? When it's all said and done, I'ma be on the top. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. I'm ahead of the game. Y'all remember my name. Non-stop. You ready or not? When it's all said and done, I'ma be on the top. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Yeah, I belong in the #1 spot.
I always keep the business, nothing personal. When y'all ain't see nothing, I just barely scratch the surface. Roll me in the rain, let me do my thing. Thought they hit me down, fighting through the pain. When I'm in the zone,
I ain't never say much, but you see me up top. You see my numbers healthy, the pressure don't stop. Until I'm in the top, see the bottom seeds watch. They almost see me flop, but I'm stepping on them, watch, let them watch. Born ready to
Getting ready for our favorite segment of the evening, the Chipotle Unwrapped segment, where we talk about our top 16 qualifiers from the Southeast Asia region for our Capcom Pro Tour online qualifier. Again, this has been a very... Didn't even let me finish through that, huh? You're just going to just go right in. I don't blame you. They're very good. So there was so much going into this spot, right? We talked about this pretty much out the gate, how Xian had already qualified his way into Capcom Cup. It was just a matter of who would be able to stop him going forward. Obviously, as we take a look at the bracket, we see how that had pretty much transpired. In the first couple of matches, Xian had taken it down against Jinkouyuki in a very close set, actually, 2-1, where Jinkouyuki actually missed one meaty setup with his boom. Could have been a catastrophe for Xian towards the end of it, but overall, he managed to succumb to anything that, you know, really happens. Like when you mistime something that critical, it's like, damn,
it's
now
tough.
I'm in my
It's
head,
tough.
right?
Yeah.
But Jinkouyuki, obviously a very, very talented player.
I mean, you got to imagine right now, out of everybody in this tournament, Jinkouyuki has got to be just like, I mean, that's so unfortunate because the way that he lost the book at the end there, too. Was brutal.
Yeah, dude. Oh, man, back to back. That's actually kind of messed up. 2-1. That's really, really rough. But going into it as well, there were a couple of moments that we do like to highlight from Xian, just his tenacity to figure out what needs to be done to kill the person as soon as they make that mistake. Like, you never give a professional player an inch because they will take a mile. As cliche as that sounds, that's literally what had happened in that matchup, right?
Right. And, you know, obviously sometimes you're just like, oh, I got lucky, or oh, I feel bad because I took advantage of this mistake. You know, like clearly just an execution error. But again, as I've always mentioned, is how many times have you lost a match because of your execution error? It's just life coming back around. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't have enough fingers
out.
to count.
It ends up evening out a lot of times. So when you see someone make a bad mistake like that, just take advantage.
Yeah, so I think that was one of our biggest highlights when it comes to like the top 16 winners side. If we were to kind of switch it up and take a look at the loser side, I kind of wonder which one to really pick from, because all of them were bangers, right? In the first half, obviously we had like a bunch of 2-0s, or the first 3, I should say, but it got really, really close towards like the end of it all.
I mean, for me, honestly, one of the highlights was Bells versus KunKhmer, because like I just loved watching that Lily run roughshod right over. I mean, we were talking about it with production. It's like oftentimes you see Ken just kind of run over Lily's, and that match it was the exact opposite. It was Lily running over Ken, and you know, I mean, Bells just looked like everything was working for him. You saw how close it was in the round 2 match. Unfortunately, Bells was unable to keep that Lily success going. But still, that first losers round matchup was really, really fun to watch for a character that we don't get to see that often in the CBTs.
My notable mention from my loser side experience would be IamChuan versus BudgetXian. That moment where BudgetXian actually misplaced the OD fireball while Chun-Li had a level 3 stock, but the modern damage wasn't enough. Now, as great as the reactions were from Chuan on top of using something like modern, it's just one of those moments where it's like you have to use the manual input, right? You have to be prepared for anything that they throw at you, especially when you have a level 3. You're far more dangerous waking up than they are trying to meaty you.
Yeah,
I think Phenom had said that the best. Is like, who are you more scared of, the person applying the meaty or the person who's knocked down ready to launch an OD uppercut or like an EX uppercut, if you will, from like the previous version. Right. So
yeah,
I think that was a very much so notable mention as to like one of the hype moments in the loser side.
And one of the times that we've actually seen that modern damage nerf really rear its ugly head, right?
Ugly for sure.
You know, it's just a lot of times people talk about modern, oh my gosh, you have instant reactions, but that 80% difference, especially at a level 3, because the level 3, 80%, you're losing the most damage out of everything, right? Level 1s don't do as much damage, you're going to lose less, right? 80% of a smaller number is, 20% of a smaller number is not as much as how much of a level 3 right there. So it's definitely exacerbated on the level 3 side.
I've had the most lime seasoning on that one chip I just had, and it was the most delicious thing I've ever had. I'm like, dude, that was godlike. There was enough lime, there was enough salt, and the cheese.
Yes.
Perfecto. That was actually the best chip I've ever had. But anyway, I agree to that, right? There's a lot of drawbacks to relying on modern heavily. And even so, like there was a moment where he had tried to rely on Tensho kicks, and it got blown up because of the angle that he utilized it at very early on. I think IamChuan, even in the winner side, he actually got bodied by that with HoroShow's dive kick time.
That's right. Yeah.
Right. So there are some moments where modern can really serve as a drawback to your reaction times, right? But
yeah, you can bait out a little modern reactions a little bit more because they are so just like hyper ready to do it sometimes.
Truly.
You know. So yeah.
I can appreciate that. But going into the top 8, right, let's kind of take a look forward and give you the full expectations in our Chipotle Unwrapped segment. Obviously, Xian versus Leslie, that is a matchup in time, I feel like. What are we, Street Fighter 4 era? That is a matchup that I have not seen or never thought would see again.
Right,
actually.
yeah.
That's like closed in the book of history, really. Then obviously, Bravery versus HoroShow. I got to ask you during these segments, which one are you looking forward to the most? Obviously, I mean, it's got to lean towards one side, but I will give you my thoughts. I think the way that Bravery played was really well-rounded against Yagami with that Cammy. And I want to see how that kind of aggression plays off against HoroShow's jury. I'm more excited about that, but there's a lot of legacy in that first match for sure.
I mean, not to be boring, but I'd probably pick the Bravery HoroShow match as well. Mostly just because right now, when you looked at that top 8 over there was 5 out of 8 players from Singapore. So obviously, when Xian and Leslie play against each other, Singapore is going to win because they're both from Singapore. So I want to see if HoroShow can try to stop the Singapore army right now in this top 8. And his jury looked really strong, and jury versus Cammy is an electric match, I would love to see if the other countries can kind of step up and really try to, roadblock the Singaporean army over here in this top 8.
Perhaps. The Filipinos got it down, man. They have to, they also have their Red Major going on every year. That's something I really wanted to go back to the homeland and check all those guys out.
Have you been to the Philippines before?
I have not yet.
Oh, wow. That'd be amazing.
I would love for that to be my first time. I was like
Red Major.
Listen, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. They
talented commentator.
They tried to, but unfortunately I was busy.
Okay.
But I would love to, obviously. But going into the next set of matches for our top 8, obviously it's going to be BudgetXian versus Yagami. No, I'm sorry, that's towards the end of it. It's Book versus SKZ. Now, SKZ, I'm not going to lie to you, man. He's looking flawless in this loser side.
Yeah.
He
wants to clean up the loser side.
He is the janitor, and he's wiping the floor with everybody. I feel like almost literally with his Cammy. So I'm more inclined to see what Book has to offer. Maybe there's some sort of like different way he's going to play for tomorrow in comparison to how he played now that would give him a different type of look, because what SKZ had to go through another Cammy player, he had to go through a Luke. I want to see what his mental is like going through a Ken player, right?
Yeah, and one of the things, I mean, because you're just kind of piggybacking off of that, a lot of people don't realize how much of a interesting thing you can do in between the top 16 and top 8. You got a whole day to study your opponent now. You got a whole day to research that matchup, find your friends who play those characters, go watch their matches on the stream. That's why the whole phrase of downloading somebody came into play, because you go watch all their matches, you download other matches.
True.
And you figure out how to fight them, you figure out what their habits are. So there's a lot of a time that you can get that practice and adjustment before the top 8 starts tomorrow.
Plenty of time for that to happen for sure. Obviously, BudgetXian versus Yagami. That's actually mad funny. Xian's entered twice. Right? almost a carbon copy of Xian in terms of the offensive aggression. I think his utilization of his just cools were well done. His placements for his knee shots were also really impressive, and his corner pressure was something that's pretty similar to Xian.
But to be fair, at least BudgetXian uses the classic costume, so definitely creates that his own signature look.
I guess. I mean, you can't be too close to the original.
Exactly,
right? Like if you're gonna imitate them.
The problem is if you're BudgetXian, you can't afford the crazy fancy clothes that the regular DJ has, right?
But you know what happens though? In outfit number 3, now Xian's gonna upgrade to the suit, the fancy
Yeah,
suit,
that's
and then
right.
now in turn, BudgetXian gets the hand-me-downs. Right? Now he gets to play the default costume. You see
Dude,
what I'm
I
saying?
hope that happens, dude.
That'd be funny.
I hope that happens.
That needs to happen.
Xian and BudgetXian, if you're listening right now, this
gotta
needs
work
to
it out.
happen, right? This needs to happen. for
Please,
sure.
please work it out. So that pretty much concludes our top 8, right? So Xian, Leslie, Bravery, HoroShow, SKZ versus Book, and then Yagami versus Xian.
That's gonna be so good.
Versus BudgetXian, excuse me. Budget is the handle. Budget is like the sponsor.
It was like when Knuckle Do was sponsored by My Wallet.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, Xian flew himself out again for losers round 1 is what it is. So he's on his own budget. But taking a look at the loser side round 1, who are you more excited to watch?
BudgetXian is the Mike Rossless Xian right there.
True. That's true. That's fair.
I'm sorry, what was your question?
Who are you the most excited to watch between these losers matches?
I mean, part of me is going to be really interesting because Yagami handled, obviously, the match versus Ken really well. I want to see how Yagami's Kimberly handles the DJ because I feel like that's another one of those. I mean, we talked about how oppressive DJ can get when he gets you into the corner.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to see how Yagami handles that kind of a matchup over there. So
yeah, I mean, SKZ versus Book, it could go one way or the other. If Book does not have that download in time, it will be a wash, in my opinion, because of how SKZ was playing. But I am low key more excited for Yagami and BudgetXian just because it's in the name. But
so do you think that Book uses a Kindle to download everybody?
Perhaps. I would assume so. Everybody's going digital nowadays, right?
Yeah,
Like, it
exactly.
just makes sense. Yeah. What are books? Like, I don't even know how to read.
So we're gonna call them Kindle from now on instead.
No, someone's gonna get sued. I'll tell you what though, one thing is for certain, you guys do not want to miss it. It's gonna be the same time tomorrow, just in case. But also stay tuned to the streets on Twitter. You can follow James Chen at JChensor, and then follow myself at ViciousFGC, as well as Capcom Fighters at Capcom Fighters for all of the latest and greatest in news, because there's so much to keep up with, specifically with Salt Mine League. Also, they're happening with their World Warriors. You don't want to miss that to see who will make it through to the big dance of Capcom Cup 10. In the meantime, we will conclude it with this. We appreciate your guys' time. We love each and every one of you sincerely for even being here and showing your support. It's been so fun to broadcast to you guys every single time. In the meantime, have a good rest of your day, evening. Go to sleep if you're from the States, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for our top 8, the Southeast Asia Capcom Pro Tour Online Qualifier. Take care.